need that. You would need that. I don't need that. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Put that headset on. Let me get an audio reading on you. Let me have those. Thank you. Where's the box? All right, good. We're good. Now, it may be a little loud. You may have to cut it back right here. You're on 4. I'm on 3.
Go ahead and talk.
Test 1 2. Give me a little something. Sing me a little
Test,
something.
test. You good? You
Yeah,
good?
yeah,
Down,
yeah,
good,
yeah,
up,
yep,
up.
I'm good.
All
Here we
right.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You want this or no? So I know you got to run the camera.
Yeah, I don't need it. I may glance at it. I'll keep it right here in case I need to glance at
Yeah.
it. Coming your way.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Riverdale High School. We're located at Tomahawk Stadium just off Warrior Drive, and we're getting ready for the Battle of the Boro here at Tom Nolan Field. Located in the reservation is rocking as David Limbaugh spinning all the wax. My play-by-play analyst. I normally run color, but my play-by-play analyst is Anthony Fiorella. He is here with us, and glad everybody could be joining us here. It is Game 8, Week 9 here in Rutherford County, and got a lot of things going on. Last week, Anthony, before I bring you on, as we get ready to talk about this matchup and everything, boy, it was a big game last Thursday night right about this time as CPA and Oakland went at it, and a 32-win streak came to an end for the Oakland Patriots.
Yeah, that was, definitely everybody was shocked, I would say, for sure. But coming into the year, if you kind of looked at their schedule on paper, without playing any games this year, you could very well say, you know what, CPA could knock this team off. And CPA, I think, is a team just as much as any in the state of Tennessee right now that their record is not indicative of how good of a football team that is. They're 4-4 right now, and Ingle Martin missed the first 3 games because his kid was playing in the Little League World Series. They've dropped a couple of those games. Ever since he's come back, they're 4-1, including a win against Oakland Stork. So, I know we heard from Coach Creasy, and he said that they just had a rough night and they just didn't execute in all 3 facets of the game.
I got a text from him. He said, we didn't play Oakland offense, Stork. We didn't play Oakland defense, and we didn't play Oakland special teams, and we were way out of character. So it was simple and to the point. I got some scores rolling from our engineer, Sam Montgomery. He is on and with us. Boyd Buchanan 7, Notre Dame 0. Maryville 7, Hardin Valley 0, Alcoa 7, Union County 0, and none of our other games, and we've got several of them going on. Anthony, one of the games I went to last year is happening tonight. That's at Helena Calera game. We went to that one last year, and down at Smyrna, that's going to be a big night because our old buddy Philip Shad Owens is going in the Hall of Fame. Sonny Gray, a lot of the old Bulldog fans are down there tonight. Just going to have a great celebration to get Philip into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and not only him, but like you said, a lot of those players, I mean, you know just as well as any, those were very, very special teams. And
I'd love to be down there and just share a moment. Well, we will catch up with them later on tonight. We've been invited to some after-game festivities, and we will join them later.
Okay.
Memphis and Christian Brothers, they go at it tonight, and Sam need to straighten that up. That's Memphis who? The big city. Rockvale and Blackman, we were talking about that on the field with Coach Kreisky and Coach Creasy. And Rockvale going to have their hands full tonight with the Blackman Blaze. And that game is over at the Inferno. Last year was played out at the launch pad. And I tell you, the Rockets, it's going to be tough over there.
The rest of this season in general for Rockvale, honestly, and I think they knew this when Brennan Mayhew went down, that it was going to be an uphill battle, Stork, because you catch the tougher part of your region schedule at the end of the year without your senior quarterback. You've got a sophomore in there playing, and they're in a position to where they have got to win one of these games coming up if they're going to get in.
Yeah, and you were talking about that, and this is where experience counts when you play 6A football. You've got to be a little bit experienced going out into the battlefield.
Lock that shot, hot shot.
I will. I do need to lock that shot. We're rolling down, and I'm glad you said that. We've got a heavy camera here tonight, and I've already hit record for the first time. 624 square miles is where we are here in Rutherford County, of a population of 360,000. And as you can see, the Riverdale Warriors are down there by the teepee. I was talking to David Limbaugh. That's not the original teepee. That is a makeshift or a new teepee or one, but the one that we always knew that was around in the early years, they've replaced it. And Limbaugh, of course, a big Alabama fan. He's excited about tomorrow and the big matchup between the Tennessee Volunteers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. You got a lot of big schools here in Rutherford County. You got Laverne, Smyrna, Stewart's Creek. They're all located down along that upper north end of Rutherford County. Then down here with us at Siegel, Rockvale, Riverdale, Blackman, Oakland. Stewart's Creek is the sixth school that makes up Region 4 here in the state of Tennessee. Oakland 6-1, Riverdale 4-3. Anthony, the principal here at Riverdale High School, Tamara Blair. The lady I work with is Megan Turbo. The director of schools is Dr. James Sullivan. And Anthony, we're working under a waning gibbous, so we will have 79% illumination tonight. And
I think we're going to get to see it too. It looks like we got clear skies right now.
We will get to see it. We should be blowing your doors out into your living room and getting ready for the Battle of the Borough. This is a TV game tonight, but as always, we're bringing you our feed, and we wish my TV 30 a great broadcast, along with everybody else tonight that is out there broadcasting and our friends. We're staring down at about 26 minutes. Ben Lawson wears the white hat tonight. We know Ben well. Got a shot of him as we were down on the field, and also got a shot of both coaches before we get ready to go underway here at the Battle of the Borough. My man who will be running the play-by-play, I'll let him do the game capsules. He comes to us from Los Angeles, California. His name is Anthony Fiorella. Take it away, Anthony.
Well, our viewers have definitely seen both of these teams, so going to keep it kind of brief when it comes to our pregame for this one. I think, honestly, we always start with the visitors, so we're going to start with Oakland. When it comes to them, keys to the game for them to get back on track, I think it's kind of what we talked about a second ago. You got to find yourself again. You know who you are. Last week you had an off week. You didn't execute. It's just purely execution. Come into this ball game, get back to basics, Stork. Fundamental football. Don't overdo anything. Block well, tackle well, no turnovers, no penalties, control the pace of the game. I think you cruise to a victory. If you're Riverdale and you pull off the upset in this one, which it has not won this game since 2014, Stork. It's been quite a while. Oakland has won the last 11 meetings. Riverdale here at home would love nothing more than to get a region win and knock off Oakland and really throw an even bigger monkey wrench into some of these figures that Dean Fox has come up with that I'm going to bring you here in a minute. But for Riverdale, kind of similar to what I just spoke about with Oakland, but you've got to play turnover-free football. You cannot give Oakland any additional chances. They are one of the highest-powered offenses in the state, and defensively, they're very aggressive. They're not going to give you a whole lot. So I think this game is going to hinge quite heavily on Braden Graham, the quarterback for Riverdale. If they're going to win this ball game, I think he's going to have to put that offense on his back, take them down the field, control the clock. Defensively, you got to have a big game out of your front seven. That starts with the Tennessee commitment, Caleb Herring.
Well, Dean Fox has just left the launch pad. He's drifted over Mexico, and says that's why he has enchiladas. Little tequila into the thruster machine, and he says he's going to take care of us tonight. Dean will be hovering over us here shortly as he's making his way in, and I think that space capsule come off Gilligan's Island or something. I don't know if he bought that at a flea market or what.
I heard it was one of the old Apollo lunar modules.
It could have
got
been.
it out of commission.
He could have drove down to Huntsville and bought it at a yard sale. I don't know, but it runs on Uber Eats.
Some guy said, "Hey, I used to be a shrimp boat captain. We saw this floating out in the Pacific one day, and I picked it up. If you want it, it's yours."
I tell you what, Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. I just paid him. He's the only guy on our staff that's paid. He knows Russian. Did you know that? He knows Russian.
I did not know that he knew Russian.
He speaks it fluently. I saw him type something the other day on Facebook. He was wearing somebody out. There was an explosion on a Volkswagen or something. I'm not real for sure, but
we don't need any explosions on Volkswagens. Let me bring you these figures
that
he has configured. This is great.
This is great.
This stuff.
Here we go.
Now,
Dean Fox.
There's two parts to this. This first part, this is assuming that there's not a monkey wrench, which there's already enough. There's not another monkey wrench thrown in on Siegel's end. So, did some figure. If Stewart's Creek wins tonight, that they are playing against Siegel. It's a big ball game. Their odds of a playoff spot soar to almost 90%. They would need to beat Riverdale or have Rockvale lose out. Either one of those with a Stewart's Creek win tonight would ensure them a playoff spot. Rockvale needs a win somewhere to clinch a playoff berth, and that also includes their Coffee County non-region game next week, and that's at Coffee County, I believe. They can also
no. That's at the launch pad. Launch pad.
They can also get in if Stewart's Creek beats Riverdale here in Week 11. We will be at that ball game. That game could go either way. So that could, depending, no matter what happens, I think, for Rockville, what he's saying is, if Stewart's Creek comes over here and beats Riverdale, no matter what, Rockville would get in. So, assuming it can pull off a big upset tonight, Riverdale would also have to win in Week 11. Winning it's in, losing it's out. The best chance for a fly in the ointment, love that, is if Siegel beats Stewart's Creek tonight. If that happens, Siegel can claim a playoff spot by beating Blackman in Week 11, and the other berth would go to either Stewart's Creek if it beats Riverdale or Rockvale because it previously beat Riverdale earlier this year. And then if Siegel wins out, there is a chance that it could still not get in the playoffs if Riverdale beats Stewart's Creek. Siegel would have the better overall record, but because it lost to both Riverdale and Rockvale, it would be relegated to sitting at home, and you'd be done.
I got some scores coming in, and kids, Alcoa, it's in the second quarter. Alcoa already 35, Union County 0. Anthony, that's going to be a running clock in the third quarter for Alcoa. Also, looking at another running clock here real quick. In the second quarter, Maryville running the Red Rebels 28, Hardin Valley Academy 0. So, and Boyd Buchanan still 7, Notre Dame 0, and that's all we have coming in right right now from East Tennessee.
We'll see. I'll see Coach Rankin tomorrow at the homecoming game for MTSU.
You sitting
no,
with him?
I'm on the field. Unless he's on the field, I ain't sitting with him. Something that I wanted to bring to you as well. A couple factoids that Stork put together. I always love that he does this for the host school every week, Riverdale High School. 2,500 students. Of course, this is the 50th year, both for them and for Oakland, which we're going to get to in a minute.
And we heard a little history. The reason why Riverdale and Oakland were built because of segregation years ago. Holloway was the black school here located in Central.
I did not know that.
David Limbaugh telling us all about, and of course he knows it, even though he grew up in Huntsville. A lot of the people were downstairs telling us about the history of this city and how these two high schools came to form 50 years ago.
See, I always kind of figured it was more of a population thing because at the time we had a Christiana and a Kittrell, and there was a lot more. There was as many high schools as there was now.
Yeah.
But there wasn't near as many people lived in the county, so I kind of figured they said, let's consolidate.
Well, the guy that's going to do the coin toss tonight apparently played for the Buffalo Bills. He was a principal here at Riverdale, so he's one of those guys that has been around a long time. And I printed that 50 that Cecil.
Yeah, we're going to get to that here in a second.
Cecil Joyce did the 50 greatest players that have ever played for Riverdale and Oakland, and went down a long history. And our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate, he was on
that list. Yeah, John,
so
we offensive and
we want to make sure we get that in. Our sponsor, John Jones, was on the fabulous 50 list.
Both him and his son Jack from Oakland. Of
course, go ahead, Anthony.
So some of the other factoids about Riverdale. Football team has been nationally ranked, including winning state championships in 1994, 1997, 2001, and 2004. Girls basketball has 7 state titles, 2007, 2010, 2012, 13, 16, and 17, and 2018, while finishing number 1 nationally in the ESPN final rankings in 2013 and 2017. Softball won a state title in 2009, and wrestling has had multiple state champions.
And you mentioned a lot of that, and the guy this field is named after, and I'm going to zoom in on him. He's right down there. That's Tom Nolan. We saw him as we came in, and there's no bigger Riverdale Warrior fan than Tom Nolan. Kids, he used to get on the intercom and let the students know that, you better be here for the game and be loud and be in the section. Right there, you want to talk about a principal that leads with sports first. That's Tom Nolan.
That's the former principal that played for the Bills next to him, I believe, and then also the guy in the
I think that's the principal right now. I think that's Tamara Blair down there talking. And
the guy in the black hoodie that was down there, that's Rydell Mays, who played football here and is now a professional boxer.
Wow.
Down there with him as well. Some of the guys on this list, there's guys
50
out here
of them.
Tonight.
Yeah, there's guys out here.
David Watson on the other sideline, he's on the list. He was a offensive lineman for Oakland, went on and played at MTSU, of course. Wardell Alsop was a guy who played at MTSU, was a star wide receiver. Fernando Bryant, we can't forget him. He's got a Super Bowl ring, was a running back at Riverdale back in the day. John Beard, John Beatty, some guys that were
Ralph
on that
King.
list. Even as of more recently, you've got guys from Oakland, Jerron
Brian
Rooks,
Davis. So
Anthony,
I used to call old man football down in Laverne. Brian Davis, I got a chance to watch him play. Now, he was older. He wasn't in high school. He was great, man. Big old guy, could throw the football, and he's a tall, long, scrambling type quarterback, hard to bring down. And there's Mr. Football, Savion Davis.
Did Brian Davis play for the Snakes?
He played for the Rutherford County Stingrays.
Stingrays.
He did not play for the Eagleville Snakes.
Not the Eagleville Snakes.
No.
No. This is a name on here that I think is just a cool name. It says he played quarterback at Riverdale from 76 to 79. Later played defensive back at Arkansas State. Ricky Fishback. What a name.
And I don't know, but there was a kid named Damian Fishback that played for Auburn. He was from Greenwood High School.
I wonder. Got last year, Isaiah
Horton
playing down at Miami, and then Jordan James, who is now playing at Oregon. Jack Jones, that played at Tennessee. Our sponsor, John Jones, on the list. Steve McAdoo and Tim McAdoo, they were brothers, went and played at MTSU in the 90s under Boots Donnelly. They were great, great players. Gaston Miller, a guy that played in the very last couple of years.
Do you know that when Gaston was a senior, going into his senior year, we took I met Gaston and helped Gaston as he went through the Army All-American Combine. Gaston participated in it. His dad couldn't make it. They flew Gaston out, and Gaston actually stayed with me and Sonny and Tyler, and we helped Gaston Miller. That was years ago. That was in 2004. Shoot, we met out in San Antonio. I was filming for the Combines then.
Jerron Rooks, a guy that's on this list. We've seen
Look
him.
at this. Look at this. Did you see this Garth Petrelli? Where did we see that name? He's over at Smyrna.
Yeah.
He's the kicker at Smyrna. Petrelli, Garth Petrelli. That could be. That's a kid. It could be his son.
Trace Petrelli could be. Jacoby Stevens, of course. Is
Garrett Taylor.
Big name, Garrett Taylor. Yeah. We got Garrett Taylor.
And his brother.
Ladarius Verge. I'm sure you remember him.
Right. And his brother is kicking tonight. So
Woody Washington over at Oklahoma right now. And, a lot of guys on that list that – and I was talking to Cecil before the game, and I asked him, I said, when you're doing something like that –
wait a minute. Before we get this out, I may forget it. What was his go-to song in karaoke?
Oh,
we found it out, you all. We asked him. We didn't want you to think.
I don't remember. Oh, it's killing me. We'll get it next week. We'll get him next week. We'll have to get him back.
It's not a song.
No,
Cecil Joyce, who writes for the Daily News Journal, he is a karaoke junkie. He lists himself on Twitter, and we wanted to know more about this karaoke machine that he owns. Google that, Dean Fox. Find out more. See if you can rustle something up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Riverdale High School, located right off Warrior Drive, Tom Nolan Field at Tomahawk Stadium. David Limbaugh has got this stadium rocking as the band is now making their way out on the field for the national anthem. And we're getting ready to go to work here at Riverdale and going to go to work quick and got 48 minutes in front of me.
A little bit about this rivalry, too. Of course, the oldest rivalry in the county right now by far.
Yep.
And honestly, if you compare it to some of the rivalries in the state, when you just talk about the history of these two programs in general, it's almost second to none. I mean, when you talk Riverdale, Oakland, Maryville, Alcoa, I mean, there's not a whole lot of other ones out there that are as good as this one. Overall, Riverdale is ahead in the series 32-22, but 32-20. Here we go. 32-22, but the Patriots have won the last 11 meetings in a row. So it's been a little while since Riverdale's been able to get a W in this one. They would love nothing more than to somehow pull off this upset tonight, Stork. And I know that they're a hungry football team. They've lost a couple of games this year that, you think one bounce could have gone the other way. Like we were here for that Smyrna game a couple of weeks ago. Man, if they could have they were moving the football, couldn't finish drives. Defense played great, and then it's a game that you could have gone the other way.
Had they scored on the safety, they got the safety.
Yeah.
They scored 7 there, and did not let the big guy run in on a pick 7.
I mean, it's a
pick
whole
6. You're in that game.
Ball game.
You're in that game.
Absolutely, a whole nother ball game. I mean, and they've had a couple of games go like that this year, Stork. And I mean, it's football. It is what it is, The
frustrating part about playing the game, and I don't know how many times Coach McDaniel used to stress to me about how the 11. It takes all 11. If one guy makes one slight mistake, does not do his job, it could be it's that recipe for disaster, and it just ruins you.
Absolutely, and I mean, it can literally, it can be anybody. I mean, it can be on a special teams play, on a kickoff. You think about things like that people don't necessarily pay that close of attention to, but watch guys on a kickoff coverage team when they're running down the field. If you decide to be the one guy to get out of his rushing lane, Even if the ball's on the other side of the field, if you decide, you know what, I'm going to go crash over there and try to make this tackle, Lord knows that there's some kids around here that are so fast, you can cut and reverse field, and then all of a sudden, you got a kid running up your lane, scores a touchdown. Just takes one.
Next week, we're supposed to be over to Oakland Liberty Creek, and that will, and then our final game, we come right back here, Anthony, and that'll be Stewart's Creek and Riverdale, and that'll wind up the regular season. Have not heard from NFHS yet, but we will hear from them. We are, we have a great feeling that we'll be back here for the playoffs, and they are always short, usually on broadcast teams, and we'll step in and help those guys out. The Riverdale Warriors band and the presentation of colors is getting ready to happen.
And logistically, while we're still pregame, of course, with my TV 30 being here, we are going to have some TV timeouts.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of time to talk under this waning gibbous.
We do not have commercials, of course.
No, so I'll give the cast of characters here in a minute. I'm on the band right now, but I'll give the cast of characters. We'll go to the midfield mark for the presentation of colors and get ready to go here just off Warrior Drive.
Marching band. Following the anthem, we ask that you please remain standing until our nation's colors have cleared the playing surface.
Great job done by the Riverdale Warrior High School Marching Band. Philadelphia Phillies 9, Atlanta Braves 1. Boy, that's not good. Maryville 35, Hardin Valley 0. Alcoa 35, Union County 0. Those games coming in right now from East Tennessee.
A couple of maybe possible upsets looming in the Major League Baseball playoffs. Stork, you had the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah.
They evened up a series with the New York Yankees, and I don't think anybody had the Philadelphia Phillies pegged to go up 2-1 on the Atlanta Braves.
Kids, we've got an app. It's in your Google Play Store and your Apple iTunes Store, and the guy that'll be shoving me on my scores, the engineer Sam Montgomery, created it, and not very many broadcast companies have their own app. So when you get that app, the minute we go on the air, you get a notification which lets you know that we are broadcasting. So that might be helpful to you as we get ready to roll through the playoffs here real soon, as we work under 79% of illumination on a waning gibbous. Just got a text from John Hollywood Hester, who has joined us several times on the broadcast, and always welcome back. He is driving back from New Orleans and will be enjoying this broadcast as he drives, and wanted us to give him a shout out. And John, you always deserve a shout out. You're great people, and we wish you were here with us tonight and for this great game that's getting ready to happen in front of us here just off Warrior Drive.
Be safe driving back, brother.
Yeah, he played golf, I think, today for AT&T Wireline.
I'm sure he probably shot about 25 under.
Well, I've shot 17 under with Hollywood. Hollywood he is a.
What'd you contribute? Two
I
pars?
actually, I will tell you the honest God's truth. I had a birdie that round.
Oh,
and I had a nice birdie on a par 3. Drove it uphill, landed about 3 feet from the cup and just walked up and tapped it righty. But we saw a guy. I tell you what, for an eagle, we were on a par 5, and John drove it down into the sand next to the green, and a dude named Lauren McCon, who's a lefty, chipped it out of the sand right into the cup for an eagle. That was the day we were 17 under to win the Tennessee Wireless Association Golf Tournament. My name is still not on that trophy, but that's okay.
About 5 minutes.
Appreciate the compliments, John, as we're getting ready to go. Oakland's gathered on that other side, Anthony, and we'll wait till Riverdale gets situated, and then we'll run through the captains. They should be coming out here shortly.
And
let's run through the cast of characters. That's what we got.
Yeah.
So tonight in Louisville, Kentucky, I've already given away. He devised and created our app called Stork Vision. He wrote the website. He handles all our engineering. He'll be monitoring my audio and the picture tonight. That's Sam, the soccer man. The man that's from parts unknown. He is right now hovering above us about 60,000 feet in his space capsule. He's having enchiladas tonight. He does our graphics. He runs our stats. That's Dean Fox, the fox that rocks. The man from Los Angeles, California. He'll be on the play-by-play tonight. He owns a lawnmower. He graduated from MTSU. That's Anthony Fiorella. My name is Stork Montgomery. I own this contraption. We call it Stork Vision. We're not like a lot of other people. We just kind of like to have a good time and talk a lot of football and just get after it. I've been involved in high school football here in Rutherford County since the year of 2000, so this makes my 22nd year in covering the sport here locally in this county. This is Region 4 6A action in the state of Tennessee, and we've got the 50th of the Battle of the Boro getting ready to happen in front of us. I'm getting ready to go over to the far side of the field, and Anthony Fiorella's wanting to talk about those captains.
all right, our captains tonight for the Oakland Patriots. He's over there warming up, but I think you're going to have number 17, the quarterback, Cade Hewitt, going over there with him to take the toss. You have offensive lineman number 77, Kendrick Richardson. Another defensive lineman, number 56, Carlos Wade. And one of the fastest guys in Rutherford County. Not quite as fast as his teammate, I don't think, but this guy can move too. That's number 8, Khalil James. And then down here on the Riverdale sideline, we don't have any captains quite yet, but we should hear shortly as Ben Lawson's heading out to the midfield mark. I think we're going to have some honorary captains tonight for Riverdale as well, Stork.
Wouldn't surprise me. Beautiful night here in Rutherford County. 360,000 live here, spread across 624 square miles. And we should be at 63 right at kickoff and about 59 degrees at 10 o'clock. And we will have to break out those heaters next week and talking to Mr. Taylor about getting the tent out and all that. And
it's going to be, I think it's supposed to be
drop
in the 20s, honestly, Stork. We're going to be below freezing. That Stork Vision sign you got hanging up over here is going to be stiff as a board, but
hey,
you know what?
Those cords become swords at the end of the night, don't they? I mean, they're like, you get a frozen extension cord wrapped around you. That ain't no fun.
That's football weather, though, Stork. Yeah, that's what they say. If you're
Maryville 42, Hardin Valley 0. That game's cooked, Sam. In the third quarter, Boyd Buchanan Buccaneers 28, Notre Dame 0.
Here we go.
Gary Rankin looking to get back on the winning track.
Got some captains coming out now for Riverdale.
Yeah.
Here's Oakland coming out of the tunnel.
They're not wasting any time. Oakland Patriots headed to their side of the field, not waiting for the coin toss and catching some boos here.
From the home crowd, of course.
Yeah. Let's go, Riverdale captains, Anthony.
All right.
Take it away.
You got number 9. That is JoJo Smith. Number 2, Isaac Oglesby. He's a defensive lineman. Number 31, he is, of course, the number 1 ranked recruit in the state of Tennessee. That's outside linebacker Caleb Herring. And then your quarterback, number 12, Braden Graham. And Caleb Herring's future ball club, they got a pretty big game tomorrow, Stork.
Absolutely. Vols and the Crimson Tide tomorrow at Rocky Top.
Caleb Herring, of course, a Tennessee Vol commitment. His older brother, Elijah, is already there.
Absolutely.
Ben Lawson wears the white hat. He's going over all the rules with the young men down there.
We like Ben. Ben does a good job.
Oakland, of course, will get to call it in the air.
And they won't waste a lot of time. I thought they was going to have an honorary coin toss, let somebody else toss it. But no, Ben Lawson's going to put that thing in the air. Riverdale's won the toss.
Riverdale has won the toss.
They're going to defer to the second half, Anthony. So Oakland going to get the ball first, kids. They're getting ready to line them up. Oakland running toward that concession stand, kids.
Riverdale going to be kicking towards Blackman, and Oakland's going to be running toward Christiana.
Kids wouldn't want to be anywhere else but right here with you for this game.
Quarterback Cade Hewitt from Oakland is, of course, a former Riverdale Warrior. This is last year. This game, of course, was at Oakland, so this is Cade Hewitt's first game back on this field since he left Riverdale. And here come the Warriors out of the tunnel.
Wearing that Vegas gold uniform and that helmet adorned in the cardinal red with the gold arrow on the side. As we get ready to go, my sponsor tonight, John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Anthony, let me get my, I thought I brought it here. I thought I brought it with us. I think I did. There we go.
There we go.
So you remember.
That's right.
David Limbaugh on the wax tonight, and we should be getting some good tunes. We could
Speaking of David Limbaugh, I got to go ahead and get this out of the way.
So if you follow us on Twitter or other social media,
I'm going to put this on real quick.
We are, yeah.
Tell them the story.
Yeah. So Fiorella, Buckethead, did not bring a jacket or anything tonight, so he rolls in here to Riverdale, and David Limbaugh has adorned him with a Riverdale Warrior hoodie, track and field. And Anthony Fiorella is now the track coach for Riverdale High School. I gotta get a picture of this. He is now the track coach at Riverdale.
Oh, that's going to go out over the.
That's headed out
as you can't do that.
Anthony
you can't put that out.
Yes, it is going out right now on Twitter.
Oh man. Hey, we got Dean Fox shooting us to score. Blackman 7, Rockvale 0.
That didn't take long, did it?
Not at all. Hey, I tell you what,
Let's get ready to go.
David Limbaugh, he is, if you've never met that guy, he is the salt of the earth. I appreciate him for letting me borrow the hoodie so I don't freeze up here tonight. Khalil Armand is your kicker tonight for the Riverdale Warriors. Back deep for Oakland.
Eric Taylor?
It's going to be Eric Taylor.
Well, here, why don't I do this? Why don't I do that?
A little shot. There we go. Yeah, we got Eric Taylor and Jeremiah Collins back deep for Oakland.
Use that screen, Anthony. It's there in front of you.
That's right.
I brought it all the way up here for you. Let's go, kids. 48 minutes in front of Anthony Fiorella from Los Angeles, California, live on Stork Vision. Take it away, brother.
All right. Khalil Armand lined up at the 30. Toe meets leather, and we're underway here at the reservation. Collins is going to field this one inside the 10. Accelerates up past the 25. Got a lane right up the middle of the field. Jeremiah Collins on his horse. I don't see any flags on the field, and on the first play of the game, the Oakland Patriots, Jeremiah Collins takes it the distance. Touchdown, Oakland.
Boy, it looked good. It didn't look like anybody touched him.
Just a lane that Stork, honestly, I think he could have walked through it to get to the end zone. I mean, they blocked that up perfectly. Riverdale was out of position. A couple of weeks ago, we did see them up here have some special team struggles against Smyrna in that ball game. This is going to be
Turk, Levinsky, Taylor, and he dots that I in Patriots.
Wow. 7-0.
The kick is good.
And we've only ticked off 12 seconds off of that clock, ladies and gentlemen, as Stork swings that camera over there.
Yeah, you're going to get a shot of the big Canon camera that the TV company's using. But, Anthony, that didn't take long, did it?
That didn't take long at all. You talk about
You said there'd be a little bad
statement,
taste
but
in
I
your
mean,
mouth. You mentioned it on the way to the concession stand. Bad taste in the
Yeah,
mouth.
they're
And
not,
Jeremiah
they're not
Collins
happy.
got it out.
And if you're Oakland, there's nobody that you'd rather be playing in this ball game other than Riverdale.
That's it, to get the taste out. Yeah, Blackman 7, Rockville 0. And Dean Fox wants to know where his hoodie is.
This is a rental, Dean. I'm giving it back, I promise.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be wearing this. There's some people probably
Now he's got Blackman. He's got Blackman paraphernalia. He's now got Riverdale. He's got Smyrna. I got a little old Smyrna paraphernalia. I don't have much.
We're all over the place. We like every school in this county.
You know, all the years I was at Blackman, I don't have one Blackman. I was not given one Blackman piece of.
I'll give you a couple Blackman. I got some old stuff I'll give you. Jacob Taylor going to kick off now. He boots it deep, and that is returnable down there inside the 5, up to the 20. And out to about the 26, 27-yard line. That was Jalen Thompson on the return for Riverdale, and he gives them some halfway decent real estate as they get out to start their first drive, Stork.
Yeah, I'm going to start right there at about the 26, 27-yard line. And, then, you know, Will's guys, they need to come out and have a real good start here.
Yeah, you've got I think here early, Isaiah Verser is a guy, number 22, that tailback. I think part of getting Braden Graham comfortable in this ball game is going to be how well they're able to run the football, get some of these short passes completed to guys like Jalen Thompson, Ryan Edmiston over the middle, maybe a little Braylon Vanderbilt. We'll see what they do here. Tight set. In motion is Thompson. They give to Verser up the gut. He's got maybe about 3 yards, and he's going to be met by Corey Smith, Stork.
Yeah, you think Riverdale's going to just try to keep the ball out of Kevin Creasy and the Oakland Patriots, saying, quick setup, guys, we're moving right along.
On the tackle, Kylan Ferguson.
On that 2nd and 7 now.
It's 2nd and 8.
Graham got Verser to his left. Thompson at the top of his screen comes in motion. Pop pass they give to Thompson, trying to get around the edge, and Stork just nothing there as number 33. That's Nathan Hepburn coming from that outside linebacker spot to make the stop.
Yeah, Riverdale coming out in this real tight set, and now they're in a third down situation. Need a level 2 pass to get that first down, Anthony.
Third down going to be very important for the Riverdale offense tonight. Got to be able to sustain drives and keep them alive. Oakland bringing pressure, and Stork, that's offsides, and with it being 3rd and 5, that's going to give Riverdale a fresh set of downs.
I think he thought he saw somebody move, Anthony, or he wouldn't have come in that high.
Well, he's trying to time up the snap count right there. That's number 23, Jarrell Franklin, inside linebacker. It's an aggressive penalty, but one that you can't make in that situation with it being 3rd and 5.
Ball
give
now
Riverdale
marked.
A free first down.
Ball now marked at the 36.
Graham takes the snap, gives to Verser, trying to go up the gut, and not a whole lot there. Looked like that was number 58 in there, or number 56, excuse me, Carlos Wade in there on the stop.
On the tackle, number 16, Caleb
Well, 2nd down, Anthony, and 2nd and about long 8 or short 9, but they're lining up quick. Back to you.
Let's try 16, Caleb Ellison on the tackle. I'm sorry about that, folks.
You'll notice we do try to get the runner and the tackler. That's one of the things we do our best on that. That's one of the things we want to do.
Spread, and Graham's going to throw for the first time tonight. Gets it out into the flat to Verser, and he's met quickly by Eric Taylor and a host of white hats. With forward progress, think they're going to give him about 4. That's going to set up a 3rd and 5 here, Stork.
Oakland really aggressive on defense, not letting them get any yak or any more yardage after they catch that pass.
3 receivers going to be to the top of the screen. Ryan Edmiston, number 7, Braylon Vanderbilt, number 10, Landon McKinley. Number 3, Jalen Thompson down here at the bottom. Graham's going to throw, setting up a screen, and it is batted down by number 50, the defensive lineman, Quentin Norfolk, the sophomore, and that's going to bring up a 4th down, Stork.
Not what you wanted. You wanted to continue that drive, try to keep it out of Oakland's hands. Now Eric Taylor's going to drop back deep for this punt from Edmonston.
Trying to set up a tunnel screen there, and I think if Graham's able to get that ball over the top and get it completed, it looked like they had it blocked well enough to where they could have moved the chains, but a great play by the sophomore defensive end to get his big paw in there and break that one up.
Got a lot of men up on the line, Anthony. Going to send some heat here.
Good snap. Edmiston gets it away. It's a wobbling kick that Eric Taylor is going to fair catch at the 28-yard line, and we are going to see the Oakland Patriot offense for the first time tonight now, Stork.
My sponsor tonight's John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. If you're buying a home, selling a home, or building a home, it all starts with John.
You got some scores for us, Stork?
I don't. I guess I do. Let's see. As we hit a break here, I guess we do. We got a little timeout or a little TV timeout going on here, and I do have some scores. Here we go. My last one from Sam at half, Alcoa 42, Union County 0. Also at half, Maryville 42, Hardin Valley Academy 0. Over at the Inferno, Blackman leads Rockville 7-0. Boyd Buchanan 28, Notre Dame 0. Christian Brothers 7, MUS 0. No score on the Seagull Stewart's Creek. We're going to be monitoring that. Dixon County 0, Smyrna 0, Helena 0, and Calera 0. And that's all the scores I have right now. Appreciate everybody joining us on Stork Vision. Remember, we've got that app. It's in your Google Play Store or your Apple iTunes Store. Beautiful night here in Rutherford County, stretched across 624 square miles and 360,000 people here in this area of Tennessee. Tomorrow, of course, Alabama and Tennessee over on Rocky Top, one of the biggest games of the year. With both teams being undefeated, somebody will walk away with a loss, and that'll be a great game to call if you're doing that broadcast. You've been involved in several collegiate broadcasts. I've been involved in a few of them. It's a long time to be on the air, isn't it?
It's a different ball game, that's for sure.
It's a different ball game.
The speed of the game, honestly, Stork, and I know you've been down on the field and seen it too. But I mean, when you see some of these kids that are 6'6", 320-something
they're covering a lot of earth, kids,
running as fast as some of the running backs that we see on Friday nights. I mean, it's just a different type of athlete, Stork.
It sure is.
Division I college football.
Yeah, and just how in shape you got to be to play the game and the discipline and the time schedule.
College football, guy on that Oakland offense, Bronson Crisp, got an offer today from Eastern Kentucky.
Hey, I like Eastern Kentucky.
We know you do.
I'm a big Colonel fan.
Cade Hewitt's going to come out under center, and he's going to give this one off. That was C.J. Puckett, number 22, on the carry. Going to get up to about the 30, where he is met by Israel Celestine.
Last week, one of the problems Oakland had was just getting this running game going. They was met by that front line and CPA lines, and wasn't just able to get penetration. Got to get pushed.
I think they've got a couple of kids along that offensive line that are banged up, some different guys that are playing in there. Know that they've got depth at that position, though, so it shouldn't be a whole lot of drop-off. Cade Hewitt with 2 in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, gives it. That's T.T. Hill around the left side. Going to shed a tackle before he's finally brought down by number 21, Traylon Davis, but not until after he gets the first down, Stork.
Yeah, chain gang moves, box man resets, and Cade Hewitt with a K going to get a fresh set of 4 with the ball marked just at the 39, Anthony.
Zone play to the left side, Stork. Everybody blocking the next gap over. T.T. Hill did a good job of cutting up quick in the hole.
One lone receiver.
Quincy Jackson down here by us. Hewitt fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. Looking deep over the middle, and he's got his man. That is T.T. Hill on the reception. Celestine in coverage was just a step behind him. A good throw by Cade Hewitt, and that's going to get him onto the Riverdale Warriors side of the field.
Hewitt just took his time, found T.T. Hill. Chain gang moves, boxman resets. They got the ball in Riverdale Warrior territory.
Something that was key on that play, the play action, Stork, it was just long enough to make Celestine freeze to where he was a step behind Hill. Hewitt under center, give to Puckett, up the middle, breaks a tackle, he's got a lane, he's going to go all the way. C.J. Puckett, a 38-yard touchdown score, and Oakland takes a 13-0 lead.
Boy, it didn't take long. What was that, 5 plays?
Yeah.
5-6 plays is all they had.
Dean Fox is going to tell us here in a minute.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've already written his check tonight. I tell you, we've got him working quick. PAT attempt in order. Turk, Levinsky, Taylor on to do that. Turk the snapper, Levinsky the holder. Taylor, Levinsky's got it.
Throw.
Levinsky's got it. Levinsky's murdered.
A low snap right there. And
wow.
Number 3, Jalen Thompson in there to bring Levinsky down. So with the PAT attempt being no good, it is now 13-0 Oakland with 7:29 to go in the first quarter. That touchdown run, as is the rest of this game, brought to you by our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate.
Smyrna 7, Dixon County 0, Grayson County's 13, Ohio County 0. The Cougars playing the Eagles.
Where's Ohio County?
Right
Kentucky?
next door, right down the road.
Okay, so that's
Hartford Beaver Dam.
That's not far at all.
Oh, no, right down the road. And the way that score's being reported to me, it's over at Ohio County, down in the bottoms of Ohio County, like going toward Owensboro. Go down, you get on the Parkway and go there.
Sure, okay. I'm familiar with Owensboro. I heard of that.
That's where I was born. I was born in Owensboro. Davis County Hospital.
Davis County Hospital.
Yeah, they wanted to take me back.
That's a long way from the UCLA Regional Medical Center where I was born.
Yeah. Here we go.
Jacob Taylor kicks off deep, and that's going to go out of bounds, and Riverdale is going to get some great field position to start this drive, Stork.
They really need to, get a good drive right here.
Got to capitalize on this. Two-possession ball game here in the first quarter. You don't want to let things spin out of control too quickly.
No, you sure don't. Ben Lawson wears the white hat. We talked to him. We got a little penalty here, didn't we? Get
to start for 35.
Yeah. Yeah, kicked it out of bounds. You're right. Here we go.
First and 10 Warriors.
Going to work from that far side, aren't we, again?
We will work from the far side. We got a different tailback in the game as well. That's Zentarius Otey. They're going to fake to him, swing it across the formation, trying to get it to Edmiston, but the throw was a little behind him. Graham had to try to throw across his body. Incomplete. That was actually DJ Taylor in the backfield, excuse me.
Anyway, it's second down with the clock stopped. Waiting on those stats from Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. And there they are. Hold on, kids. He just got them to me. I know more spoke.
Riverdale's got them spread out. They give this one off.
Not there, Anthony.
Maybe a half a yard for DJ Taylor. That was a good tackle right there by big number 96, Markel Rogers on the defensive front. Stork, let's get those stats.
Yeah, I got you a little something here. Oh, Sonny sent me a picture. It's Rodriguez and Sonny. Rodriguez, my hero. Boy, I loved Rodriguez Wilkes.
Graham rolling left. Under pressure. He's going to be wrapped up and sacked by Nathan Hepburn, the outside linebacker. Oakland was coming on a blitz. Graham didn't have anywhere to go with the football, and Riverdale has once again got to punt it away.
By number 23, Jarrell Franklin.
A great picture of Sonny and Rod. Here we go. That was 4 plays, 74 yards, $1.54 off the clock for the Oakland Patriots. Scores 13-0, and now Riverdale punting. They don't have a choice, Coach. You don't want to give Oakland the ball there.
Oakland's coming after this one.
Ooh.
Edmonston gets it away. Taylor's going to field at the 34, shakes one tackle, gets up about to the 44 where he's going to be met by a host of Riverdale Warriors, and great field position coming up for Oakland.
It is.
As we get ready to go to a TV timeout.
Ben Lawson waving his hands. Got a TV timeout, or got a timeout here on the field. Let's see what it is. Got several people.
Yeah, it's a TV timeout.
Chiming in.
And that was Stork, there was one game that I played in that we were on my TV 30, and I remember.
Hold on, I got a score from Dean Fox. Beach 14, Gallatin 0, 8:33 left to go in the first. Thank you, Dean.
It's a good one. That's a big region matchup right there. That was something that was different to get adjusted to as a player was sometimes those TV timeouts. As you saw, Isaac Oglesby and some of the guys on those defense, they were like, what are we coming off for? Oh, yeah, the game's on TV. I forgot.
Helena, they're 6-1. They're going against Calera, that's 3-4. Thank you, John. Hollywood Hester, and we'll be getting the score in on that soon.
Sometimes it can kill momentum. Sometimes it's much needed because it gives you a chance to come over and get some extra time with the kids that you don't normally get as a coaching staff. So
I got a score from over at the Inferno, and this is a good one. Blackman 14, Rockvale 7. Blackman 14, Rockvale 7. So not getting away real quick, and that's still in the first quarter with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the first quarter. Thank you, Sam, on getting that score to us. As we're here just off Warrior Drive, located at the reservation, Tom Nolan Field, Tomahawk Stadium. Tamara Blair is the principal. Dr. James Sullivan is the director of schools. Our sponsor tonight, of course, Dr. John Jones. No, it's actually John Jones Real Estate. Guy on the play-by-play. He's from Los Angeles, California. His name is Anthony Fiorella as we get ready to get back underway. Where's the guy? He's still out here he's wearing the high-vis vest tonight.
Yeah, he's down there on the third.
That means we're still in TV timeout. So they're watching, they're selling borax now on my TV 30 to pay for it. Stewart's Creek 7, Siegel 3. So we're watching that one. There's one to watch, Once again, Blackman 14, Rockvale 7. Grayson County 13, Ohio County nothing. They are on the road. And Boyd Buchanan 28, Notre Dame 0. That's at Notre Dame. And Maryville's at home playing Hardin Valley, and that's a runaway, 42-0.
For Rockvale, if there's a game that they're going to pull one off, I think this is a night that they could do it if their defense comes to play.
Going to have to stop Ben Lawson or Ben and
yeah, there's a lot of weapons on that Blackman offense, but if you can slow them down, it gives you a shot.
Justin Brown and Ben.
We're going to give it off to Khalil James here at Tomahawk Stadium, and he's going to have about 3 or 4 yards on his first carry of the second drive of the night for the Oakland Patriots.
Blackman's got a lot of weapons that Rockvale will have to contend with. That's for sure. Second down now for the Patriots.
C.J. Puckett in the backfield. You've got James and T.T. Hill. They fake the pitch to Hill, give it to James, shakes a tackle. He's trying to get to the near sideline, down to the 20, 10, 5, stiff arms. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Khalil James, 47 yards. They have had 2 huge runs offensively tonight, Stork, of 35-plus, and they now lead 19-0.
Got a little hot on the Zoom, but that's okay. Boy, he looked good running. I'm in a tight set over here. I was in a tight set over here.
Back her down, cowboy.
I tell you. got a little hot on the Zoom, but
what
that's all
an
right.
athletic run
Did you
by
see
Khalil James, too.
Rocky's hips there at the midfield mark, shake a couple of tackles, breaks a couple of ankles, and goes right into the end zone.
Oakland is going to go for 2 here to try to get that extra point back from the last time. Hewitt rolls right. He's going to throw wide open.
Made it look
is
easy.
Marcus Bullard, and folks, with 5:21 left here in the first quarter, the Oakland Patriots lead the Riverdale Warriors 21-0. Our broadcast brought to you by John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John Jones.
You're doing good, Anthony. You're picking it up. You're learning that broadcast etiquette. That's all we need. Yeah, we appreciate you, the fan, listening to us tonight as we work under this waning gibbous at 79% illumination. I got an app. It's in the iTunes store, in the Google Play store. They call it Stork Vision. Just download it. You can keep up with us and find out when we're going to broadcast next. Next Friday night, we're over at Liberty Creek. Or no, we're at Oakland for the Liberty Creek game. Dobbins Bennett 49, William Blunt 0. Ooh. Nasty, Dean. Nasty. William Blunt ain't that good, Dean.
They're out toward him. That's his way.
Well,
Both
actually, he's hovering above us now in that space capsule, having enchiladas.
Enchiladas and
Tequila.
Something.
A little tequila.
Got to keep the bones warm. It's getting cold outside. Jacob Taylor's going to kick. This time it's going to get into the end zone for a touchback, and the Riverdale Warriors going to start this drive at the 20-yard line.
Riverdale really going to have to do something here, Anthony.
Big drive for the Riverdale Warriors.
Got to do something. I mean, you're staring down. You don't want to give the football back, go 3 down and out with 5:10 left. I mean.
And Stork, I think they've got to figure out some way to slow down that front 7 of Oakland, as they have just been wreaking havoc here in this first quarter. Base defense is the look for Oakland.
Yeah, 4-2-5.
Verser's in the backfield. Graham's going to throw it. Celestine bobbles it but makes the catch and is going to have first down yardage, I believe, on the hitch route right there, Stork.
Yeah, they haven't been getting a whole lot going with the run game, and now going to try to switch to opened up with a pass there off the bat, trying to switch it up a little bit.
And I think some of these short, intermediate, get it out of your hands quick throws are going to be huge for Braden Graham in this ball game. It's going to help Riverdale move the ball, but more importantly, it's going to keep him confident.
Night of the Smyrna game, a couple of them were there, just couldn't haul them in. Now Verser.
Nothing.
They're not going to let him run.
For Isaiah Verser, who'd you see? Number 5, Eric Taylor. He looks like he's getting more comfortable as game by game goes by. Missed a couple of games early this season with the injury, Stork, but, man, what a violent tackle right there by Taylor.
Wind kind of calmed down a little bit, but, man, it was wide open here this afternoon about 5:30.
Oakland's got some pressure. They do back off. That was Taylor. Graham throwing. Trying to get it to Celestine.
A little hot.
A little bit hot, but it was there. Celestine did have a couple of steps on number 3, Mason Bell, the defensive back. And now you're looking at a 3rd and 10, Stork.
Yeah, and that's where quarterback just doesn't have as much as experience as he'd like to have on the field, be able to settle down and lay that in there to Celestine. And it was open.
If I'm seeing correctly on the 50-yard line, I think Kelly's down there. Screen coming.
Oh.
Incomplete. Tried to get it set up for Verser. Graham was backpedaling, had pressure in his face, not able to complete it. And for the 4th time tonight, even though it is the first quarter, Ryan Edmiston's going to punt.
Yeah, it's not looking good real quick here for Riverdale. I mean, you know, Eric Taylor's back, and he hasn't fielded a one of these punts, and I'm just waiting for them maybe to bust one, you know, special teams. That's the reason why they call it special, according to Kevin Creasy. Let's see what they do.
Oakland is bringing everybody again, it looks like. They do back off a little bit. A good punt there by Edmiston. Fumbled. Did he get it back? Still loose. This might be Riverdale football. Let's see what they say. Eric Taylor muffed it, Riverdale motioning that they have it, and they do.
This has been Riverdale. This is how they've gotten a little of their yards. Other team makes a mistake. They stay patient. Now they got the ball. They're in really good, yummy field position.
That was
they
number 23, Madden Campbell, that came off the bottom of the pile. Eric Taylor, I think, just took his eye off the football there, and Riverdale is going to get to start inside the Oakland 30 now as they try to claw their way back into this one.
Definitely a boost
down
of rocket
by 3
fuel.
scores, but yeah, you're exactly right. A big boost of rocket fuel. Taylor's in the backfield now. They're going to give it to him around the left side, trying to follow his blockers. He's going to run out of real estate on the zone run to the left. Maybe about 2 yards, we'll say, Stork.
Well, you really want to get in the end zone here, try to keep it out of Oakland's hands.
And we do know that Khalil Armand, where his range is about right at 42 yards. We saw him sneak one in that Smyrna game.
Well, we've lost our clock. I'll get it back in a minute, kids. Just a second. I see it. Just a second. I don't know what happened. I get it. Have to wait till a break from a shotgun.
Graham throws over the middle, trying to get it to Thompson. They wanted a flag. They're not going to get one, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 now.
Let me see if I can get over here and do something with this.
Fans, if you have lost a cell phone, we may have it here at the press
Somebody
box.
lost their cell phone.
Yeah, that happens every night.
Offsides there.
Oh,
Penalty markers on the
That
field.
was number 13.
yeah, I'm going to have to wait.
Drake
We'll have to
Johnson,
jump. We'll have
I
to jump
think,
on
that
that.
jumped
We'll have to
offside.
jump on that clock in a minute. I'm having a little technical difficulties on that. I'll have to get some power to it. Just a second.
We're all tangled up.
Yeah, don't get
See.
tangled up. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can catch a TV break, and I might be able to help that out.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. We got a TV break. Let me see. Anthony, you talk a minute.
Ben
Let's see.
Lawson signaling timeout. Oakland on this 3rd and 3.
Let me see if I can find
in,
a book
get in.
bag, and I need this other book bag if I can find it. Well, I know where it is. It's underneath here. Let me see. I need to get here. Ah.
Timeouts are sponsored by Splashes Car Wash. Fan Clown Town is back.
Let's see if we can fix this.
Tonight after the game, on the 21st, the 22nd, 28th, and 29th, come live out your fears and ride with the scariest clowns in town. That's
We'll see if we can't get you a
Car Wash.
clock. Hold up, kids.
7 a.m.
From
to
where we
midnight.
are currently at, it would be a 38-yard field goal attempt with the ball resting on the 21. Riverdale looking at a 3rd and 3 as that's offense trots back onto the field. Caleb Herring in the ball game on offense, lining up at tight end. Ryan Edmonston's your H-back. Verser, your running back.
Run the camera, Anthony.
It's going to be Graham to take the snap. Motions to the left. He's going to throw. Trying to
he's
get a
got
screen.
him.
He's got him. He's open.
Touchdown.
That is a touchdown, Riverdale Warriors on a 3rd and 3. A 21-yard touchdown pass
Graham's pass complete to number 39,
to Caleb Herring.
Touchdown.
And I told Will Kreisky they need to get Herring involved. Let me try to get the clock straightened up, kids. Try to get it straightened up here.
Folks, I'm doing the best I can.
I know.
Calling the game and running the camera.
Oh, buddy, it's hard.
Armand, extra point is blocked.
You want to try something hard, try that, Anthony. Try to run the camera.
That was blocked by number 99, Ian Owens. That could prove to be big later on, but Riverdale gets itself on the board with 2:52 left here in the first quarter. It is now Oakland 21 and Riverdale 6.
All right, I'll straighten this camera. Let me get the clock straightened back up, kids. I'll get it straight. Just give me a second. I see it.
Riverdale 6, Oakland 21.
All right. Let's see if we can get it over here.
Boy, what a play call right there by
It
Will
was.
Kreisky. going play action there. They get Caleb Herring open over the middle of the field, going against the blitz. Get themselves on the board. A good job by Graham of staying calm, cool, and collected to make that big throw there on third down.
You're doing good, Anthony. I'm getting ready to get back over there.
Khalil Armand is going to kick.
How about that, kids? There's your clock. I'm back. Switch. Watch the cords. Get in position. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Here we go.
Taylor's going to field this one inside the 10. Shakes a tackle and is finally brought down.
I need to ask you, did you press record when you were
number 8, JoJo Smith. No, I didn't. I didn't even think about it.
You didn't press record?
I didn't press record.
Well, you just learned. Anthony,
we saw it live, but they're not going to see it on the highlight tape.
No, I'll get it. I'll have to go dig it out. I know. Clock camera has no signal. Oakland 28, Rockville 7, second quarter. Everybody should be back. Sorry.
Logistically, I'm not used to calling the game and running the camera.
You just learned something.
Yeah.
You got to record, Anthony.
I know. Hewitt takes the snap. Delayed handoff there, up the gut. That was Mason Bell on his first carry of the night. Jeremiah Collins coming into the ball game now to replace Quincy Jackson.
Well, Dean Fox got hot. He sent me a text, said the clock's out. I mean, you talk about no signal.
He's going to get us a drive summary from Riverdale soon, and we'll get you some scores. 2 in motion, going to the left side of the formation. Riverdale's going to bring pressure. They do. Up the gut, and maybe about, we'll call it 2 yards there. Up the gut, once again, was Mason Bell on the carry. And for the first time tonight, the Oakland offense is going to have a third down. Third and a long 2, we'll call it. Maybe 3.
Ball marked just on the 34-yard line.
Kevin Creasy spreading the Riverdale formation out. They're going to throw. Screen set up. They get it to Collins on the far side. Riverdale got a couple of guys in pursuit. He was brought down by number 8, JoJo Smith, but not until after they get the first down. And, Stork, what you see right there is they're neutralizing Caleb Herring. You had Herring on the weak side of the formation. You move those 2 tight ends over. Let him come, suck him in, and then once he's sucked in, you throw the football away from him.
Anthony Fiorella, who played a little football. Not a lot.
Just a little. Right up the gut. Eric Taylor with the carry.
Boy, he got 12 yards, Anthony, made it look good.
And you always hear coaches talk about a stable of backs. You want to talk about a stable of backs this year. I'd be interested to look at a full season stat sheet from Oakland and see how many players have carried the football this year for them.
Once again, Blackman 28, Rockville 7. That thing's spinning out of control at the Inferno.
Chandler Tigard in offense getting going.
Oh,
play action. Going deep. He wants it all for Khalil James. What a catch. Down inside the 5 by Khalil James. One-on-one coverage. That was number 24, Zentreus Otey. But James diving backwards to pull that one in and gets him down to the 3, Stork.
Boy, what a play. Cade Hewitt just threaded the needle, but Khalil James put on the show as he reeled that one in.
A guy that's a running back, you don't think about what he can do in the passing game. He's had 2 huge receptions tonight.
He's a Victor Stevenson type guy, utility player, can play him really anywhere on the field.
5 seconds left in the first quarter. They're going to give it up the gut to Eric Taylor. Gets down to the 1.5. And at the end of the first quarter, your score, the Oakland Patriots 21, the Riverdale Warriors 6. We are going to flip the field, and that gives me time to thank our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate, for helping us bring you guys this game tonight.
Appreciate you, John. Of course, his sidekick, Pruitt. And he sells homes also. Kind of a video warrior out there running around trying to sell some homes. I've got all kinds of texts coming in, kids. Let me see what I got here on the.
Get us updated.
I'll get you updated on.
We got time.
Yeah, we got
TV
time.
timeout.
Let's see. Dean Fox, he's got all kinds of stuff. 3 plays, 28 yards, 25-yard touchdown pass to Herring from, and then the kick blocked. Auckland 21, Riverdale 6 with 2:52. That was on that play. Appreciate you, Dean, on that. And then Sam, I've got some scores. I'll catch up with you. Christian Brothers 7, MUS 0. Boyd Buchanan 28, Notre Dame 0. Maryville running all over Hardin Valley 42-0. Alcoa in a running clock 42-0 over Union County. Stewart's Creek 7, Siegel Stars 3. They're knotted up at the Dog Pound. Smyrna 7, Dixon County 7. Eagleville 7, Huntland 0. Grayson County 13, Ohio County 7. Blackman 28, Rockville 7, and that is at the Inferno. And Calera 10, Helena 0. And in the first, it's 0-0 with the Dodgers and the Padres. Thank you, Sam. And we should all be caught up as we're at the end of the first quarter of regulation play here at Riverdale High School. The principal is Tamara Blair. The director of schools, Dr. James Sullivan. Of course, our sponsor tonight's it's John Jones Real Estate, working under a waning gibbous.
You just want him to be a doctor real bad.
I am.
Well, Stork, what do you think after that first quarter? Give me an assessment.
Well, I think, it's just like someone just texted me, Oakland a little mad. They're coming out strong and trying to get that frustration out of their system and scoring quick is the easiest way to do that. Just jump on somebody else. If you get the momentum, go beat up on somebody else.
Oh, there ain't no better way to do it than by bringing back the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to run an offensive play. I'm just going to let Jeremiah Collins rip one 80, I think it was 92 yards or something like that.
We were saying right before the game started, we got a lot of things going on, a lot of levers, a lot of buttons moving in this playoff thing because only 4 will get to go to the playoffs, and this thing's shaking out, and we might
This is a year that, it's been a while. We're going to have a big smokestack eye right here.
Yeah, an old-fashioned smokestack
Big fan of that. Hewitt gives up the middle. Eric Taylor. Oh, what are they going to say here?
Yeah, you got it.
They signal touchdown.
Yep, they finally
touchdown. Eric Taylor from 2 yards out. The 4th different player to score tonight for the Oakland Patriots. This time it's Eric Taylor. And on the first play of the second quarter, just as it did in the first play of the first quarter, Oakland scores a touchdown. They now lead 27-6.
Turk to snap. Levinsky to hold. And Taylor, Jacob Taylor to kick.
Jacob Taylor.
Splits the uprights up and good.
And we learned tonight that Jacob Taylor wants to be on ESPN. He wants to be an announcer on ESPN. Nothing wrong with that.
28-6 now the score in favor of the Patriots over their rival.
You get here early and you get to conversating around with a lot of people. You learn a lot of stuff about what's going on here in Rutherford County. We talked to Mr. Taylor, his dad, and he's wanting to study the media. And Anthony Fiorella asking about MTSU's program. Anthony Fiorella graduated from MTSU with a media degree. I graduated from Eastern Kentucky University with a media degree. Dean, where did you get your schooling? That's what we all want to know. Copernicus, where did you get that learning from? Let's see what we got. I keep going into connected devices and can't get out of. All right, I got a text coming in.
Deep to receive for the Warriors.
And Dean Fox, he's got the end of those first quarter stats, and I've got those, and I'll give them to you just here in a minute. Taylor's fixing to kick off here at Tomahawk Stadium, Tom Nolan Field, located just off Warrior Drive. Went in the end zone.
Taylor's kick sails to the end zone.
All right, let's see. First quarter stats from Dean Fox, our statistician. Oakland had 7 first downs. Riverdale had 3. Rushing, Oakland 135, Riverdale 6 yards. Passing, Oakland 70, Riverdale 41. Total yards of offense for the Oakland Patriots, 205 in the first quarter, Riverdale 47. Oakland did have 3 penalties for 10 yards. Here we go.
Graham pitches. That's DJ Taylor around the right side on the toss. He's going to be brought down by Jeremiah Collins after about a gain of 6.
I like this. I like
run.
this Taylor kid. Should have gotten him in a lot earlier. I mean, you know, maybe it wasn't healthy, but he's getting them a little something there. Let's see what happens. Gonna work out of that shotgun, Anthony.
They use Verser and Taylor as the backs. This time it's DJ Taylor. Long count. Braden Graham gets a signal from the sideline. They're going to change the play. Three receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Graham's going to throw. Quick screen again to Jalen Thompson. Stork, they've tried to get that tunnel screen working, and they haven't been able to hit on it at all.
Well, and not only that, getting a lot of pressure. Oakland's putting a lot of pressure on him. Quarterback doesn't have a lot of time to do anything.
I see what they're trying to do. They want to get the ball out of his hands quickly to neutralize the blitz. Understand that. These receivers just have not been able to reel it in, though. 3rd down, 3rd and 5 now for Riverdale. They give to DJ Taylor. Cuts back to the left. Second effort may have gotten him the first down out across the 30 to the 31. I think that's going to move the chains, Stork. A good run right there by DJ Taylor.
Ball marked down at the 31. The box man slides it to 1.
Yeah.
They're going to pull it tight 10 yards. Get a fresh set of 4.
That second effort did it right there. A really good job of sticking his foot in the ground and cutting back as well. Tight set with trips to the top, 1 to the bottom. They give to Taylor again. Keeps his legs churning. He's going to have about 5. DJ Taylor, good couple of carries. He's up to about 20 yards rushing on this drive.
One thing is they're keeping the ball out of Oakland's hands, so if you're moving it forward.
Which is critical, because if you can get it into the end zone, you do get the ball again to begin the second half.
Yeah, but got to watch it. I don't know many teams that can run a 10-minute drive.
Isaiah Verser again in the backfield now for Riverdale with Graham. You got Thompson on the bottom, Vanderbilt to the top. This goes to Edmiston in the flat. Makes the catch. He's going to get it about a yard shy of the first down, up to about the Riverdale 40-yard line where it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Clock will continue to work. You know, the 3rd and short, get this first down. That's what they need.
Watch these Oakland linebackers pre-snap, Stork. They have not been afraid to show that they are going to blitz. Nathan Hepburn, Jarrell Franklin, those guys creeping up to the line of scrimmage. Eric Taylor down in the box. Zone coverage. They give to Verser, though, on a run play.
It's not
and
there.
He's dragged to the ground.
Boy, it's going to be close.
By Nathan Hepburn. I think they're going to move the sticks.
Boy. Yep. Ben Lawson says he points that right arm forward. Boy, it looked close.
That is a first down.
Riverdale really needed that.
The rule book says you've got to get 10 yards to be able to advance in at least 4 plays, and they do that. Wonder who come up with that rule.
God invented football. Who knows? Here we go from a shotgun. 2 to the top and 1 to the bottom.
Vanderbilt in motion. They give to Verser around the right side. He's going to be met maybe about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage by Jeremiah Collins.
Yeah,
who takes his legs out from underneath him.
Keeping them honest.
Riverdale trying to grind it out and wear this Oakland defense down a little bit in the running game. Slow and steady, but they are moving the football here on this drive as they trail 28-6. Probably going to tick down inside of 8 minutes by the end of this play until we hit the half.
Working under a waning Gibbous.
He loves the moon, folks. Stork Montgomery. Graham, quick slant.
Oh.
They tried to hit Landon McKinley right there.
Intended for Landon McKinley.
Just behind him, incomplete.
Clock stops.
It was good coverage right there by Jeremiah Collins as well.
Who
Get in there
ran
and
back
make
the
the hit.
opening kickoff for the first score of the game, Jeremiah Collins.
He's going to have Jalen Thompson matched up with him down here on the bottom of the screen. To the very top, you're going to have Quintavious Lisenby for Oakland matched up with Braylon Vanderbilt for Riverdale. Edmiston in the slot. Verser's in the back, or that's Taylor in the backfield. Graham's going deep. 50-50 ball. There's a flag down. I think this is going to go against Jeremiah Collins, Stork.
I don't see
We'll
how.
see what
unless he
Ben
was
Lawson says.
I didn't have the angle. I didn't know if he was tugging on his shirt or what, but we'll see.
It is definitely a pass interference call.
We'll see what-
that is going to be against Jeremiah Collins.
Ben Lawson.
50-50 ball right there for Braden Graham trying to hit.
Actually, it's holding. Yeah,
a
they got him for
defensive
holding.
call. That is a first down, though.
Yeah.
Critical on a 3rd and long to keep that drive alive.
Holding against Oakland.
Landon McKinley's going to come back in the ball game. That was Jalen Thompson that came off the field. He was the intended target.
Ball now on the 47 as it moves into Oakland territory. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
Verser around the left side tries to cut it upfield. A great job in pursuit by the weak side defensive end. That was number 50, Quentin Norfolk. He's got a pass breakup tonight as well, Stork. A good job tonight by the sophomore.
No gain on the carry. 2nd and 10.
Good-looking ball player for a young sophomore down there. Number 50, the defensive end for the Oakland Patriots. What do we got here? Going to have, looks like trips down here to the bottom. Vanderbilt, the closest receiver. Verser's in the backfield. You got one to the top of the screen on the short side of the field. They give to Verser, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. See who comes off the bottom of that pile first.
No gain on the play.
That was number 21, Dravion Oldham, that made the stop for Oakland.
You ain't called
He's
his
a
name.
sophomore. Couple of guys, that's what I was going to say. A couple of guys, some linemen for Oakland I know that are banged up, Stork. So some younger guys getting into the ball game, making a big impact.
Doing a good job.
Making a very big impact.
Big down here for Riverdale as they're faced with a 3rd and 10, Anthony. Really got to have this, keep this drive alive. Be a little risky.
Graham changing the protection
Be
here.
a little risky, go 2 downs.
Oakland looks like they're going to blitz. They back off. Graham under pressure anyways, though, and he is going to be sacked. That's the sophomore. We just talked about him. Number 50, Quentin Norfolk, brings Graham to the earth and effectively puts an end to the Riverdale drive.
Yeah, 21 was in there, your young buck also. He got in there in the backfield. And
Pair of sophomores.
Yep.
And that was just regular 4-man pressure right there, Stork. They creep both linebackers up into the A gap, drop them back in zone coverage, and there's nothing better as a defensive back and a linebacker than when your defensive line can get pressure like that with just the 4 of you, because it makes the job so much easier on the back end.
Eric Taylor back deep for the Oakland Patriots, punts in the air.
It's going to bounce down to the 14-yard line where Riverdale will down it. And with 2 timeouts and 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go here in the first half, Stork.
You're giving the ball back to Oakland.
Giving the ball back to Oakland.
That's not what you wanted to do.
Run us some numbers.
I'll get you something. Let me see what I can find. See if this old phone's working. He went to Otterbein College, a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. Dean Fox.
Wow.
I bet you couldn't say that 7 times.
No, I don't.
Final, Boyd Buchanan 42, Notre Dame 0, Hardin Valley 6, Maryville 42, Grayson County 13, Ohio County 7, JP2 7, Knox Catholic 0, MUS 7, Christian Brothers 7, Dixon County 7, Smyrna 14, Stewart's Creek 7, Siegel 10. I repeat, Siegel 10, Stewart's Creek 7, Blackman 28, Rockville 14, Dodger 0, Padres 0, Calera still 10, Helena 0, and Alcoa 42, Union County 0. And we go back to this. Otterbein. Is it Otterbein? Otterbein?
Otterbein.
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 How many students are in Otterbein College? Dean? Now, I bet you I've never even heard of Otterbein College.
I cannot say that I have either.
I have never heard of that.
Not much of an Ohio guy. I've been to Western Ohio to Eldora Speedway to watch a couple dirt track
I'd like
races.
to go up
That's
to
it.
Eldora, the
It's
famous
beautiful.
track. It's a beautiful track.
Beautiful.
Blackman 35, Rockville 14 in the second quarter. As
Tony
David Limbaugh spinning some dancing music of the 70s here. Go ahead.
Tony Stewart owns that track now.
Does he? The Eldora Speedway?
He does. The World of Outlaws race there. They have the World 100, which is a big dirt late
It's
model
famous.
race.
It's been around forever. I'd
for
like to go
ages
over.
and ages. I mean, it's. I
What
tell you
made
what. What's crazy about it is, it's. I know you've been to Talladega, where you're just, you're kind of driving.
33 to Gates.
But Talladega, you can almost, if it's quiet, you're just sitting there in the morning when you first roll up, you can still hear the interstate out there in the distance. Eldora, I'm telling you, it is the middle of farmland. We stay in Muncie, Indiana, and as soon as we leave Muncie, there is nothing but farmland, and then bam, racetrack. It's crazy.
The Eldora Speedway. They always say it's a wild night in Eldora.
We're having a wild night here at the reservation. Oakland gets the football, give up the gut. Their second drive here of the second quarter.
Number 7 with the carry.
That was Avery Hainsworth on the carry that time, so yet another ball carrier for the Oakland Patriots.
2nd and 4.
Dean, how many different guys do you have that have a registered a carry tonight for the Oakland Patriots? Interested to know that one.
He'll get it up. He just got to put that enchilada down in the space capsule.
Press coverage down here on the bottom. Two tight ends going to the left. They give it down over there. Maybe about 3 right there. Once again was Hainsworth on the carry, bringing those two tight ends over far in the formation to double team Caleb Herring down there, the outside linebacker. Third down, maybe
Kevin's
about 4.
got the lead, and now he's just going to run the ball. He doesn't have to put it in the air. He's just running it.
They spread it out here. Hewitt's in the backfield by himself.
Double
Reverse
handoff.
right there. That's T.T. Hill trying to get around the outside, but look who's there to bring him down. Number 31, the outside linebacker, Caleb Herring, was not fooled right there. A great job in pursuit to bring Hill down. And now Oakland, for the first time, will have to punt the ball away.
Yeah.
A big stop there by Riverdale. Big defensive stop right there.
Yeah, Kevin was trying to run the ball, just kind of lunge it up, get 2-3, 2-3, and then tried the double handoff, and it didn't go.
So Turk, the long snapper, Jacob Taylor is your punter. And it looks like I think that is DJ Taylor that's deep for Riverdale. Taylor gets it away. That's a low rugby-style punt. Got to get away from it there, right there for Riverdale. Number 5, that was
Took a real good
Dyson
Oakland
Bell.
roll.
Yeah, and
really
it did
good
take
Oakland
a good roll right there. That rugby-style kick starting to become more and more popular among punters, Stuart.
Onside kicks, punters, rugby style, you name it, anything to try to attempt to get the ball back.
We'd like to tell you about some of our Warrior sponsors.
Got a little TV.
Otterbein's got about 2,500 students. When I was there, they went to the Division III Final Four and lost a buzzer to team coached by Bo Ryan. Not a great football tradition, but we have a guy who won 2 Arena League MVPs in 2000.
There, Hollywood Hester. Listen to this. Walter Camp not only created but came up with the initial rules of American football. A set of rule changes drawn up from 1880 onward by Walter Camp established the snap, the line of scrimmage, 11-player teams, the concept of downs. Later rule changes legalized by the forward pass that was, of course, invented by Newt Rockne, created the neutral zone, and specified the size and shape of the football.
There you go.
Little history lesson. Hollywood Hester.
Hollywood.
What do we got? What do you say?
Counting Hewitt, they have 6 different ball carriers.
6 different ball carriers
From
tonight.
the space capsule of Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks.
He's up there in Apollo 7.
Orbiting high above us, and the only guy on our staff that's paid, and he knows Russian fluently. If you don't believe me, I saw him type some of it the other day on Facebook.
That is one thing that I have never been able to mentally grasp is the Russian alphabet. Like, you look at words, and you're just like, how does that this? I don't get it.
Look like a 2-year-old typed it to me.
I mean, it might as well be hieroglyphics. I mean,
that's what Dean did.
Yeah, I cannot wrap my mind around it.
And you can hear David Limbaugh just cranking nothing but 70s. We wouldn't last 13 seconds on Facebook. They'd shove us off. Those algorithms and analytics would kick in. That'd be the end of our broadcast. Back to you, Anthony Fiorella, the man from Los Angeles, California.
DJ Taylor in the backfield with Braden Graham. Riverdale's got 3:11 left. They're going to pitch this one. That's Israel Celestine. Technically, that is a forward pass because he pitches it forward. I am not the official statistician, though.
But
whatever you want to do, we're going to give him 5 yards.
Yeah, Dean Fox will probably call it a complete pass, a pass and catch for 4 or 5 yards.
2:45 left to go. Riverdale does have all 3 timeouts. We'll see how aggressive Coach Kreisky gets here. Down by 3 scores. He does get the football back after halftime. Celestine in motion. They give to DJ Taylor, and he is going to be wrapped up quickly by Nathan Hepburn, big number 81, Hayden Arube.
And now it's 4th down.
No, 3rd down.
Third down,
but it's going to be 3rd down and long as that backs them up.
Not good.
Clock does continue to tick, so with a 3rd down, I think Will Kreisky is going to run as much time off of it as he can here before they snap the ball. We're going to have a timeout. I think they want to go over it.
Yeah, and that just helps Kevin
Riverdale.
Creasy. Buck 57, he's going to get field position around the 30-32. If they end up and they don't get it, it's going to be 4th down, so... Man, you're just doing some math right here.
Gonna be interesting to see here too. I mean, just how you approach it. I mean, it all depends. It all boils down to this particular.
You got to get a 1st down. That'll keep the clock going. Even if you don't score, you don't want to give them the ball.
Right.
That's what you don't want to do.
Right.
I got something from down at the Dog Pound. Smyrna 17, Dixon County 7, and that's a final from Maryville 42, Hardin Valley 6. Go ahead.
It's cooked. But yeah, you're exactly right. I think even if you do get a 1st down here, going to be interesting to see how aggressive does Riverdale stay. Does Coach Kreisky try to put the pedal to the metal and move the ball and see if they can get some points? Even 3 points. I mean, just something would help out here because, like I said, you do get the ball again after halftime, and the only way to climb a mountain is one step at a time.
We just got a real nice compliment. Somebody said we're the best in the business. I appreciate that out there. We're doing everything we can from a shotgun.
Tunnel screen, there it is. They get it to Celestine.
That's not what I wanted to run, Anthony, because now it's 4th down. That's what I was scared of. You were talking about those short passes. Riverdale hadn't been real good on level 2 passes. What we've seen of them. When we go back to the Smyrna game, they dropped a couple of passes in the 2nd level. You've got to get a 2nd level. You got to get kids down the field and throw to them.
It's important. It is very important being able to keep the drive
it's
alive.
It's 4th down now.
And hit on those level 2
You're giving the ball back
long.
to Creasy with a buck 46, just what I mentioned. You're probably looking.
He's got 1 timeout
If
now,
they don't run it, they haven't run it all night. You're looking at maybe the 25, 27 the ball's going to be marked on.
Important for Riverdale, too, here to make sure that if you're Edmiston, that you block this. The
Kick
front
it out of
blocks
bounds.
it up well.
Kick it out of bounds.
But you need to get a good punt off. I mean,
punt it out of bounds.
You need to kick the heck out of this football.
Cough and kick
Oakland,
it down here.
You need to make Oakland march as far as it's absolutely got to go.
I would kick it out of bounds. I would not let Eric Taylor, anybody pick it up.
Because I think offensively for Oakland, it is going to really depend on the type of field position they get off this punt return. Eric Taylor did muff one early. We saw him muff one, and Riverdale was able to turn that into a touchdown. So
halftime adjustments are going to be coming up, and, if you're Kreisky in your offense, what can you do? You got to do something to try to get, a couple of first downs to get in a rhythm. They really haven't been able to give it a rhythm. Scored down here once, like you said, but got it off of a turnover.
Yeah, right. I mean, and when you're going against teams like Oakland, that you got to have things like that happen. You got to generate turnovers. You got to hit on some big plays. It's just part of beating good teams.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's get back at it, kids.
Edmiston to punt. Eric Taylor back deep. He is standing on his own 30-yard line. Ryan Edmiston standing on his own 28. Minute 46 remains in the first half. Good snap.
No
Good
pressure.
Punt by Edmiston. Going to be fielded by Taylor at the 28. Up the right side. Got a flag down. Taylor down the sidelines. Needs one more block to go. Edmiston dives and is able to bring him down inside the 10. But Stork, I think this is going to come back for a block in the back.
Boy, and Kevin Creasy's going to really be upset over that. But Taylor made a really nice move. I didn't see the block in the back, but you're right, Anthony. Let's see what Ben Lawson's running to him.
He's giving him the business over there on the sideline.
Personal foul. Personal foul called against Oakland. It's personal foul.
Yeah.
It's 15 yards from the spot. Look at here. What is this? Personal foul.
Blindside block.
Blindside block. You don't see that often. So 15 yards.
And that's one of those new. It's a new safety rule, Stork. That's not a penalty been around forever, but it is part of the game now, and it's going to negate Oakland from starting inside its own 10. They're going to, or inside the Riverdale 10, excuse me. They're going to have to start now from their own 22.
Boy, Eric Taylor made a heck of a run back. He got a blindside block.
Our sponsor is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Oakland, Cade Hewitt takes the snap. Hitch route to Khalil James.
He gets out of bounds.
Going to get out of bounds and stop that clock. Gets it up to the 30-yard line. 8-yard completion. Cade Hewitt, the Oakland quarterback, in his first game back at Riverdale High School since he transferred from Riverdale a couple of years ago. Enjoying a nice 3-score lead. He wants to make it 4. Riverdale bringing pressure up the middle. Hewitt's under pressure, steps out of it. He's going to keep this football, and he's going to be met and fumbles. Ball did come out at the end of that play. And I think Oakland, yes, they did have an offensive lineman. That was number 55, Braylon LaFloria, fall back on that football. So
we're under a minute,
fortunate.
Anthony. I mean, we're under a minute. Well, third down. So Kevin's not going to push it.
Very fortunate there that they were able to fall on that and did not turn it over. Trips to the top, one to the bottom. Hewitt's going to throw. Setting up the screen, gets it to Puckett. Puckett around the left side. He's going to get a block. Up across the 50, 45-40, cuts it back. And they are going to drag him down at the 31-yard line. That was number 24, Zentreus Otey, that finally made the stop. But Stork on a third down. They hit on a big screen pass. Clock starting to work. Hewitt's going to spike it. The clock does stop until they do get the chains set. Oakland saving its last time out to try to get a kick out of Jacob Taylor, I would assume. Right now where it is at, it is on the 32-yard line. So you'd be looking at a 49-yard field goal attempt
You know,
on kick from here. Trying to get as much as they
well,
can and try to get at least
second down,
3.
Second down, you got a couple of pops here. You can throw it up.
Well,
So
you
he's
spread them out. Try to get toward the
gonna make
sidelines.
it-
Got to get out of bounds.
He's going to take a shot right here.
They're going to go 5 wide. They look like the New York Jets with Joe Namath in the 70s.
Here we go. Like
Hewitt
I said, he's going to take a shot.
Takes a snap. He's going to roll right toward the sidelines. What a catch. Great body control right there. Look who it is, Stork.
Khalil James.
Khalil James.
He's had a heck of a half.
An even better throw by Cade Hewitt to thread the needle and get it over the head of Dyson Bell, who just barely missed tipping that ball. Great job of body control by Khalil James to make the catch, get him into field goal range, and stop the clock with 11 seconds left. Oakland going to get a couple shots at the end zone, at least 2.
Yeah, at least 2. Here we go.
Hewitt to throw. On an out route. That is going to be caught by T.T. Hill
At the 2.
down to the 2. He is still in bounds, though. You got to get to the line of scrimmage quick. 5 seconds remain.
He called timeout, didn't he? He burned that timeout. Okay, so what do you do here? I mean, you got a big enough lead. You're going to get one play off. You're going for the touchdown. He's telling you right now, because if not, he would have gone ahead and sent out his
I think
field goal unit.
With 5 seconds, I mean, you're on the 2. So if you wanted to, I mean, it's got to happen very fast. But I think Riverdale will be expecting this. Well, no, not 2, just 1.
Okay.
Riverdale will be expecting it, but if you hit a hitch or a slant over the middle, I'm talking take the snap, and as soon as you take the snap, you got to throw the football, because if it does go incomplete, I think with 5 seconds you may literally have 1, if you're lucky, 2 seconds left if it falls incomplete. If you make the catch, you get 7 points out of it.
Calera 17, Helena 3, Padres 1, Dodgers 0, Smyrna 17, Dixon County 7, Blackman Blaze 35, Rockville Rockets 14, Grayson County Cougars 13, Ohio County Eagles 7, MUS 7, Christian Brothers 7, and as we get ready to roll here.
Big number 9, Cameron Floyd, the defensive lineman in the backfield with Oakland.
Oh, now they want to talk about it.
I think Riverdale wants timeout now, yeah.
That gives us just a few more minutes.
They saw the personnel on the field. They didn't have very many defensive linemen out there, and Oakland came out with a heavy set.
Yeah, Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 10, so that score has changed. And
Wow.
that's at the half.
Wow.
Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 10, that's at halftime. Finals, Boyd Buchanan 42, Notre Dame 0, Maryville 42, Hardin Valley Academy.
Yes.
And I would say, that Alcoa game's got to be a finish, Sam, 42-0 over Union. So let's see. Sonny's got a video here, and it's a Phillip, I guess, getting the – it's something I can't see. I can't see Sonny's video. What is it? What is it?
Well, he's got an iPhone, so you're not going to be able to see it.
It's the band. Oh, he's Richard Lutz. He's showing me Richard Lutz, the band. Richard Lutz has been down in Smyrna. He's been down there forever.
My brother was in the band as well as played football
Richard
there.
Lutz.
And he always loved telling me about Mr. Lutz.
Mr. Lutz he's a firecracker.
Same heavy set coming for Oakland. Riverdale brings a couple extra defensive linemen onto the field. Hewitt rolls right, throws. They got it. C.J. Puckett with 1 second left on the clock. They are able to milk another touchdown out.
Wow.
1 yard completion to C.J. Puckett. Touchdown Oakland, 34-6. Well, Stork, there you go. We said you got to get a quick pass, but I think you have time for one.
We're not that much of
even
coaches.
if it's incomplete, you still have a chance to kick, but they're able to get 6 pending a PAT,
Turk,
which
Levinsky,
is good.
Taylor.
They get 7.
Yep.
So now your score with 1 second left in the first half. The Oakland Patriots lead the Riverdale Warriors 35-6. This game brought to you by none other than former Oakland Patriot John Jones at John Jones Real Estate.
Along with his good friend and son Pruitt, who works there. He's He is one, and we're supposed to meet Sonny later on tonight for refreshments. I think Gunner and Jonah the Baller are hanging out. Get to see some old Bulldogs. As Philip, if any of you do not know, Philip Shad Owens went into the Hall of Fame tonight down off Bulldog Drive. And winner of the 06-07 5A state championship with former quarterback Sonny Gray. Alcoa 49, Union County 0. That is a final. 1 second left. We're going to take a break. We're going to put it on the bands for the half. I can see them lining up. And I'd say that not going to get a whole lot out of this run, Anthony. I don't know. I mean, you got to run it back. So
Taylor to kick. Celestine.
Well, I don't think that they're going to kick it deep.
To receive.
Maybe he is.
I kick it out of
Nope,
bounds.
it is a squib. Bouncer, that is a live football fielded by Celestine. If he can get down here to the sidelines, we might have some action.
I told you he's
Celestine
going to
across
run it
the
back.
50, cuts it back.
Oh.
And Jacob Taylor is going to be there to bring him down inside the 35 and save a touchdown. And we are going to go to halftime, folks, with the score. The Oakland Patriots 35, the host Riverdale Warriors 6.
Kids, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back here in a little bit. Going to rest here a minute, and then we'll get back on. I'll have some halftime stats. We'll do all that here in just a few minutes. Y'all sit around and enjoy the bands tonight of Riverdale and Oakland as they get ready to do their halftime performance, and I think Oakland is going to take the field first.
Remember, fans, let's fill this fence. Tell your friends and local businesses about this opportunity to post your logo or a special football fan message right here inside the stadium with a perimeter fence sign. Talk with a Riverdale Quarterback Club representative at the concession stand.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, that last Oakland drive was 6 plays, 78 yards. Took 1 minute and 29 seconds, and they had $1.30 to do it.
Pete Booker with Truck Accents. Known for high-quality truck and SUV accessories and parts, your trusted local go-to store with service teams, installing bed liners, caps, tops, hitches, bumper guards, floor liners, running boards, toolboxes, pet barriers, and more. Truck Accents selects only the highest quality products and ensures you will have a superior customer service experience. Stop by the store at 1611 Northwest Broad Street or call 615-848-2997. TruckAccentsInc.com. Thank you, Pete and Truck Accents, for your generous support of Riverdale football. Fans, the Oakland High School band performance is entitled Dark Side of the Rainbow, a mix of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon album and soundtrack songs from The Wizard of Oz. The Oakland Band is directed by Ty Jessup and Jack Bounds. The drum majors, Riley Rose and Amy Clemmer.
Hook up. If we have to ride together, we'll ride together and park at the Jonathan's and we'll just jump in and ride down there. We don't have anything to do. It's going to end early.
They'll be done before us. They'll be done before us. Oh, yeah. They're going to be done before us. I think the second half, they're going to go 20 o'clock. It's the money almost lost to them. I think it was like 17, 21 or something like that. I don't know.
It's got 30 points. One more score and Johnny.
Fans of Riverdale Warrior Marching Band is led by Drum Major Drew Newsom. Tonight's performance features music by Kanye West, The Weeknd, Chris Brown, and Fallout Boy. The band is sponsored by Todd's Complete Auto Care. Fans this evening,
Cool score of note, real quick, from the desk of Dean Fox inside Apollo 7. Coffee County, the Red Raiders 10, Cookeville Cavaliers 0. 11:14 left in the third quarter. If Coffee County wins, they will clinch the Region 3 title. And the Red Raiders, they did beat Tullahoma this year. It's the first time they've won the coffee pot in a few years. I think 2015 was the last time they won. It's been quite a while. And that school has never won a playoff game. They are 0-11 all time. So pretty cool score.
Fans, let's hear it for the Riverdale Warrior Marching Band.
Riverdale Warrior Marching Band making its way off the field. I got some stats here from Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. Nobody that rocks like Dean. Orbiting high above us in his space capsule. And he is from parts unknown, and we just found out where he graduated from college, and nobody can get that. But here we go with the halftime stats. First downs, Oakland had 9, Riverdale had 5. Rushing, Oakland 141 yards on the ground, Riverdale 18. No push, Anthony, no push for Riverdale. Oakland 146 in the air, so balance attack for 287. Riverdale 51 in the air for a total of 69 yards in the first half. 5 penalties assist against Oakland for 35 yards. 1 turnover by Oakland, and that's when Eric Taylor muffed that punt. Yards per carry, 13 per carry for Oakland, 2.4 for the Riverdale Warriors. I got some scores, and then a few things. I'll turn it back over to Anthony. MUS 7, Christian Brothers 14, Padres 1, Dodgers 0, Smyrna now 24, Dixon County 7, and Anthony said Dixon County barely, them and Laverne barely got by in that game, and Smyrna now putting their foot on the floor. Calera 17, Helena 3. Blackman 35, Rockville 14, Cougars of Grayson County 13, Ohio County 7, and Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 10. All those games are at the half. The Helena, Calera, Rockville, Blackman, and Stewart's Creek finals tonight. Alcoa 49, Union County 0. Boyd Buchanan 42, Notre Dame 0, and Maryville 42, Hardin Valley 6. And last but not least, I got one more from Dean. Coffee County 17, Cookeville 0, 6:50 left to go in the third, so Coffee County going to clinch that third region playoff berth tonight. As we were just talking, the last time Coffee County that I can remember Coffee County was a significant factor was 2004. They had a guy named Jake Nunley. They ran the wing tee back then, and Jake Nunley was a Mr. Football. I did a little highlight video on him, and that was a Mr. Football I had, and I appreciate his mother, Jan Nunley, one good friend of mine. She studied, I think from Tennessee Tech, studied communications, used to write for the paper. Known Jan quite some time. Go ahead.
Dean, give us a Tennessee Alabama score from you tomorrow, and also give me a little 100 miles of hate score. That game's tomorrow too. Tell me who's going to win that ball game.
So Anthony Fiorella wanting to know from our statistician, the guys, and if you want to read something that's pretty cool, Dean Fox has got this thing that comes out. It's only on high school, but it's actually a calculated rating that tells us how the teams are all doing. Poor man's SAT ratings system he runs. We appreciate Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks from parts unknown. We're getting ready for second half action as they've got 2 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock. Hollywood commenting, roll tide, he says it's going to be a tsunami. Of course, John Hollywood Hester, who is from Bessemer, Alabama, played golf today. We're still trying to find that score, John. What course did you play at down in New Orleans, and what was that score? Got to get that. He played with AT&T Landline today. He was in a fishing tournament, I think. How many fish did you catch? We need a rundown from you, Hollywood. You've been out carousing, having a big time. We'd like to get Hollywood back up here for a playoff game. Playoffs is right around the corner. In 2 weeks, we will be in the playoffs. We got 2 more regular season games. And David Limbaugh playing Apache from the Sugar Hill Gang. And actually, the Sugar Hill Gang was the first rapping band ever to release a rapping song other than anything that was bluegrass, which is where rap came from bluegrass. But had a song called Rapper's Delight. Imagine that. Rap music was named after a song called Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. That was my era, Sugar Hill Gang. And my brother actually has the LP from the first original rap song. Okay, Dean Fox has your early score predictions. He says Tennessee 35, Alabama 28.
Wow.
WKU 48, MTSU 35.
There you go.
Dean getting ready.
I hope it's not that many points tomorrow. I'm going to be there all day.
Where did you get Mexican at tonight, Dean? Up there orbiting?
He went and flew over Los Barriles.
Los Barriles. I tell you what, I don't go to Los Barriles. I love Los Barriles. This is some of the best Mexican food.
Well, as we wind down to the end of the clock over there, Stork first half assessment. Total dominance in all three facets of the game by Oakland. Aside from literally two plays where Eric Taylor muffs the punt, and a brilliant play call by Riverdale where they run the play action, get it to Herring for the touchdown. Literally outside of that, I mean, just total dominance by the Oakland Patriots.
It was, and Riverdale really has to get something going here early. They're going to get the ball coming out, and just need to get in a rhythm, Anthony. We talk about that all the time. You know, get a first down, keep the chains ahead of you, get some confidence up underneath of you. That's what Riverdale really needs to do. And one of the things they did do in the first half, and I've been begging for it all year, and that is, and he has been a little bit busted up, but for Riverdale to be effective, you got Caleb Herring out there. You got to honor him, and that's what I wanted. You got to honor Caleb Herring. If he's on the offense, whether he's spread out wide or whatever he's doing, you got to put somebody on him.
Yeah, absolutely. And
he's got to be on the field.
You talk about confidence, too, with the junior quarterback, Braden Graham. They were trying to get the tunnel screens set up, get some bubble screens set up, get it to Verser in the flats. They're trying to get quick throws off, get it out of his hands quickly. And, I mean, that's what you want to do. It's what you got to try to do.
He's operating from a shotgun. He doesn't have that much time. Oakland is sending a lot of heat.
That's exactly right. Oakland's blitzes, and even when they just run four-man pressure, has still been getting home, even with a defensive line that's playing two sophomores. It just goes to show you how much depth they have on the defensive side of the football. You go the whole first half of the season missing a guy like Eric Taylor, you got to pull Jeremiah Collins over to safety from corner. You get him back now, you get him over to corner. It's a completely different look defensively. And just makes
Riverdale needs to score here, not let this thing they don't need to go 3 down and out real quick, because if you do, you give the ball back. Kevin scores. He's going to put this thing in a rolling clock.
Verser and Jalen Thompson are deep for Riverdale.
Start the second half.
David Limbaugh presses play on Thunderstruck as Jacob Taylor gets ready to get the second half underway.
We're sponsored tonight by John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. We're underway.
And a touchback. So Riverdale will start at the 20.
Jacob Taylor been known to do that.
Fans, that's the final call.
Once again, the cast of characters, the man in Louisville, Kentucky. He's the engineer. He wrote the app. His name is Sam Montgomery, the soccer man, the guy hovering up above us from parts unknown in the space capsule. That's Dean Fox, my play-by-play guy. He comes from Los Angeles, California. He has the microphone. That's Anthony Fiorella.
We're going to try to get you through this second half and bring you on home, folks. We appreciate you watching tonight. Graham takes the snap, rolling to the right, looking downfield. Hepburn's in his face, and he's got to throw this away. And I think we're going to have a roughing the passer penalty there on Nathan Hepburn. That's 15 yards. That's going to hurt, Stork.
Going to be an automatic first down. We're waiting for the call from Ben Lawson as Alondra, you can see behind his right ear as it's coming towards us. And there it is, personal foul, roughing the passer. It's an automatic first down and 15 yards. One of the few plays that is an automatic first down. Roughing the passer, roughing the snapper, roughing the kicker. Anytime it's a personal foul, not good.
Not good at all.
No.
35, first and 10, Warriors.
But good for the Riverdale Warriors.
Very good for the Riverdale
And
Warriors.
that's what they
coming
needed.
out trying to get points on the board.
Doesn't matter how you move the ball forward, move it forward. Stay ahead of the
trail
chains.
by 29 in this ball game right now. Graham rolling left. Floats one to Celestine. A good throw right there by Braden Graham to Israel Celestine. That's going to get him down to about the 30-yard line. A good completion of 25 yards there, Stork.
Yeah, quarterback just was patient, threw it up over his head, and Celestine was able to get it and then just trot down and get a few yak yards afterwards.
Israel Celestine, a guy that is one of the most experienced players on this Riverdale offense. We have seen him in years past. More of a slot guy this year. In the past, been on the outside. He is still making an impact here for Riverdale.
Look for a running play right here, just kind of keep them honest. No, going right back to the air. Boy, he was catching pressure, Coach.
Yeah, I was trying to go over the middle to Celestine on a crossing route. Not a whole lot there, and I think Braden Graham purposely throws that one away. Smart play there as a quarterback. You live to find another down.
Second down, 2nd and 10. Clock stops here in the third quarter. If we're just getting started back, John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
Just the second time tonight that Riverdale has had the ball in Patriot territory. The first time they did, they were able to convert it into 6 points. Trips to the top, one on the bottom. Verser takes the pitch. Gets a good block right there by number 66, his big offensive lineman, Alex Meza, but is rode to the ground by Jarrell Franklin after a pickup of maybe about 4 and a big 3rd and 6 coming up here for Riverdale.
Really need this third down, Anthony. Really need it.
10:57 to go here in the third quarter.
Finishing
Thompson's
drives.
in, Celestine's in.
This is their big thing. They got to finish this and score.
Vanderbilt is in, as well as McKinley at receiver. Verser in the backfield. 5 offensive linemen, no tight ends in the ball game. Graham looking right.
Boy, he got the pressure, Coach.
Little option route right there. I think somebody could have gone to the corner had they wanted to. Ran the hitch, maybe on Verser. Could have ran the wrong route.
Three doesn't help you. 3 doesn't help you. I mean, you can go with Khalil Armand. I'm sure he can kick this, but 3 doesn't help you, Anthony. You need 6. We're running out of time.
I don't know. This would be a very long kick. This would be at about 40.
He's already clicked to
44. So they're going to keep the offense on the field. Watch the long count
down
here. Oakland's got a lot of guys up at the line of scrimmage. Graham changes the protection, barking out signals. He's going to take the snap. They're going to throw over the right side, looking for Celestine. It's going to sail out of bounds, incomplete, and the Patriot defense holds.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Kevin gets the ball back. They're hot. They've only punted 1 time tonight.
Cade Hewitt, the former Riverdale Warrior, back on the field now with the Oakland offense as they come out for their first drive. No, this is Max Levinsky, I'm sorry.
Already got Levinsky
in. At quarterback. He's in a pistol set with Puckett behind him. They give to Puckett right up the middle. He's going to have about 4 yards right there.
Looks like he's running Kyler Creasy, and number 15's coming onto the field.
Tackled by Davis.
So running that dual quarterback, going to just swap them. Creasy now the signal caller.
He's got Hainsworth, the sophomore, in the backfield with him. Creasy is a sophomore himself. The son of the head coach, Kevin Creasy, gives to Hainsworth up the middle, shakes a tackle, spins, and is going to have plenty.
Nice run.
Plenty for the first down there.
Spun and got a few more yards out of it, Anthony. Kept his balance. Chain gang moves, box man resets, and Levinsky's got the next play and trots back out on the field.
Smith and Celestine. The result of the play, first down, Oakland.
Ben Lawson wants an official timeout. Is he going to measure this?
Jennifer Harris.
Oh, no. We have a equipment
to the press box.
situation.
Well, equipment. We've
Yeah,
seen that
now
a few
Ben
times
Lawson's
this
cranked
year.
that right arm,
That
put that
was
clock back in motion.
Israel Celestine that came off. Isaac Oglesby now on for Riverdale.
With the ball marked at the 42, and this is Levinsky.
Levinsky gives Puckett up the gut, and on probably, I would say, his 6th or 7th carry of the night, he's going to have about 5 yards, Stork. And what they're really trying to do here is Puckett comes up hobbling a little bit. What you're really trying to do here is not only continue to work the clock, but also just wear Riverdale down defensively.
Yeah, just keep their offense off the field and the defense on.
Pistol set, Creasy again in the ball game.
Riverdale in that 4-2-5
Up
defense.
the gut, that's Hainsworth. Good run right there. Runs a guy over, gets another 2 yards. That was number 8, JoJo Smith, that felt the brunt of that shoulder from Avery Hainsworth, the sophomore.
Well, good-looking
physical
run.
right there by Hainsworth.
He's going to be good coming up if he's
Very,
just a sophomore.
very good size for a sophomore.
Look for him to do some damage in the playoffs. Of course,
Down to the Riverdale 33. Levinsky into the ball game. One play at a time. They rotate quarterbacks. The QB carousel. Pitch. Khalil James around the outside. Able to make a little something out of that before he steps out at the 30. They're going to give him 3 as he just runs out of real estate.
The game to the 30.
Kyler Creasy coming on to the field with the play. Sophomore quarterback. He's got Puckett to the right of him, doesn't he?
He does. You got Marcus Bullard and Cameron Floyd, the tight ends. They're blocking on the left. Creasy's going to throw. Got it to Quincy Jackson, who shakes one tackle, trying to cut back and reverse field. And he's going to be met by Caleb Herring, number 31. A good job of fighting over the 2 tight ends to get himself back in that play. Very good defensive play by number 31, Stork.
Now in a 3rd down situation, Levinsky's going to have to get a level 2 pass to get the Patriots, but they're kind of in a 2-down territory, but I don't see Kevin doing that. Let's see what happens. Going to be strong down on this side, Anthony.
Levinsky back in the game at quarterback. He has Hainsworth. They're going to give it to Hainsworth right up the middle. He's going to be met by number 31, Caleb Herring, after a gain of maybe 2.5, 3 yards, and that is going to bring up 4th down. I think you're in 4-down territory here.
Yeah.
Not quite enough room to punt, but a way too long to kick.
Big pressure moment for Kyler Creasy on a 4th down as a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, good point here. We'll see how he responds.
As the ball's marked on the 31, he's going to need
They're going to come out of. They're going to come out
strong
no,
6.
He's going to come out of. He's playing receiver. They're coming out of a Wildcat set. This is Khalil James in the backfield. Puckett goes up to the line of scrimmage. James takes the snap, runs left. And he's going to be brought down by Oglesby. I think they're going to mark him maybe a yard short here.
Wow.
Isaac Oglesby comes up to make the tackle, and I think that's going to give Riverdale the ball back, and
sure
it does.
Did. It was close.
What a stop right
enough.
there by Isaac Oglesby. A good tackle right there by big number 2.
Riverdale needed that.
Turnover on down.
Riverdale needed that.
Riverdale did need that bad, Stork. They've not had a whole lot go their way, trying to get a spark of momentum underneath
And we're
them.
under a TV timeout, if you hadn't noticed. That's what that is. And let's see, I got some texts coming in. Let's see if we got some scores and some other stuff.
We're going to thank
Stewart's
our
Creek
sponsor.
14, Siegel 10, 3:28 left to go.
All right, yeah.
That's from the desk of Dean Fox.
We're watching that one.
Let's get going here. In the 4th with 8:15, Grayson County 33, Ohio County 7. That's where I grew up. 3rd, 9:18 left to go in the ball in the 3rd quarter. Knox Catholic 14, JP 2, 21. Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 10. We just read you that one with 3:28 left to go in the 3rd. Coffee County, who will clinch that 3rd region as the number 1 spot. They're leading 17-7 against Cookeville. Rockville 28, Blackman 42, 3:31 left to go in the third. So Rockville getting some points on the board, and during the Stewart's Creek game, that's what frustrated me about Rockville. Couldn't get no points on the board, Anthony.
They're a completely different offense without Mayhew.
Yeah. Smyrna 31, Dixon County 7. They got their foot on the gas. Christian Brothers 14, MUS 29. So that game flipped as MUS 29. And in the third inning, Padres 1, Dodgers 0.
Man, I'd love if San Diego could hold on. That'd be cool to see. And
Calera 17, Helena 3. And now I've got one more. Let's see. That's nothing I see. Uh-oh. With 7 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 13. Once again, Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 13. 7 seconds left to go in the third.
Well, they're pending a PAT, I'm sure. Close ball game. We're keeping our eyes on that one. A lot of playoff implications.
And the Otay kid for Stewart's Creek, I mean, he's a heck of a runner. And
I mean, he's just really resurrected their season, in my opinion.
Really, in my opinion, yes. And, you know, Stewart's Creek started off rough. And, I mean, this Dean Fox may have called this the fly in the ointment, as Siegel could roll up and beat Stewart's Creek. And that game is at Siegel. That game is at Siegel.
Ken Nolan Stadium. We are sponsored by John Jones Real Estate, who not only can help you with the selling of the home, but will also help you buy a home. I use John to help me buy my home. We'll definitely do so again in the future when we move eventually.
When he moves over to the rich side of Murfreesboro.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Graham takes the snap. Gets it off to number 13.
Wow.
We have not called his name yet tonight. That is Cavant Campbell, senior slot receiver.
Boy, he made a nice little move, caught the ball, picked up the little extra yak yards. He's going to get good field position on this second down. Let's see where they finally mark it. Looked like he got a little more than that, but I'll take it if I'm Will Kreisky and the Riverdale Warriors on a second down, 2nd and 3.
Three receivers down here on the bottom. Low snap, give to Verser. Cuts back to the left and is going to have enough for the first down as they pick him up off the ground. And it's getting a little chippy down there. And I know those Riverdale offensive linemen, I don't think they like Eric Taylor and Nathan Hepburn and company picking Verser up off the ground. They didn't like seeing that. But all is well. We're going to move the chains, and we're going to play again.
Yeah, getting a little bit
it's a rivalry game. These guys don't like each other, you know.
A little extracurricular down there.
It's part of it. 5 minutes, 55 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 35-6, Oakland is leading. Graham takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Going deep. Floats this one into double coverage. Uncatchable pass there. Way over the head of McKinley. You had Mason Bell and number 14, Bryson Gator, back there in coverage. And we have a Riverdale Warrior offensive lineman down. That's number 51, Amari Watkins. We hope that young man is okay. Hopefully just a cramp or something. He's going to be replaced, it looks like, by number 76, Gavin Harris. Stork, got any numbers for us?
I don't have any numbers. We're just a little light right now, but I can tell you this. The principal here at Riverdale High School is Tamara Blair. The director of schools, Dr. James Sullivan. We're working under a waning gibbous of 79% illumination. I have an app. It's in your Google Play Store or your Apple iTunes Store. Just type in Stork Vision, download that app. Next week, we will be over at Oakland for Oakland and Liberty Creek. And then for week 10, game 10, or actually week 11, game 11, or game 10, week 11, Stewart's Creek, Riverdale, and that'll be right here at the reservation, just off Warrior Drive, where we are tonight at Tomahawk Stadium. Ben Lawson wears the white hat. He's been in control all night tonight. We've had Ben earlier in the year. He's doing a great job. Appreciate you, the fan, joining us here on Stork Vision, as we've had a cast of characters that have helped us out with this broadcast tonight. And Judy the Beauty, our number one camera operator. We are looking and scheduling and pushing for her to be back by playoffs, hopefully maybe by week 10. We'd like to see her come in and grab this camera and slide the personnel around. Anthony Fiorella doesn't mind doing play-by-play, but he'd rather do color, and I'm okay on the camera, but my wife is the best in the business.
And I know you like doing play-by-play.
I like doing play-by-play. It's just something I enjoy.
But there's two of us tonight. We're
Hey,
here.
listen,
we're
we're
going to
doing
make it
all
happen.
right. Hey, man.
We're
You
gonna
and
make
me
it
on this
happen.
two-man broadcast, we're making it happen as we get back underway here at Tomahawk Stadium.
Verser goes in motion to the left. Tunnel screen to the right. No, a bubble screen, excuse me. And Jalen Thompson cannot get away from all of those white hats. We're going to say about half the defense gets credit for that tackle, Stork.
Well, most of all, now it's going to put them in a third down.
Long.
Third down. At third and a level 2 pass.
And something that they struggled with last week against CPA, the back end, their passing defense had a rough time. Tonight has been absolutely dominant.
Knox Catholic and JP2 are knotted up at 21. That's in the third quarter. Calera still 17. Helena 3. Need something on that. Here we go.
Graham takes the snap. Pressure coming. Rolls left. Trying to escape. And there's just nowhere to go. Number 13, Trey Johnson, slings him to the turf. And Stork, once again, the blitz hits home on third down, and a sack is going to end a Riverdale drive.
And Edmondson's on the field to punt. This is just not a good situation. Riverdale needed points. They needed points out of those drives. They got it, and still hadn't been able to put any on other than the 6 in the first half.
In front formation. Taylor deep to receive.
Going to be less than 4 minutes to go when Oakland takes over on offense here in the third quarter. They lead 35-6. They've got a lot of guys up on the line of scrimmage, as they have all night. Edmonston gets it away, a high kick fielded by Taylor. No fair catch. He's at about the 35, up across the 40. Going to be dragged down at maybe the 42, 43-yard line by number 21. That was Traylon Davis on the stop.
Boy, he stayed on his feet, Anthony. I mean, held his composure, didn't lose a football, twisted and turned, got a few yards. He really worked for that. Let's see where they mark it to start this drive. Looks like it's going to be to 44. And we're running back into a TV timeout, it looks like. Are we? Yep, we sure are. We're in TV.
High Viz.
High Viz Vest is on the field, and that gives us a chance to talk.
You know all about them.
I know a lot about High Viz Vest. I've got several of them I wear. You want to wear one when you're out on the road, dude. You get run over. I tell you, out there shooting pictures.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yep, out on the highway. Once again, Calera 17, Helena 3, Padres 1, Dodgers 0. Blackman 42, Rockville 28. Coffee County has clinched the third region, even though with 1 minute 53 seconds left to go in the third. I just don't see Cookeville coming back. They haven't been able to all year.
First year without Coach Maynard.
Yeah. In the third, Smyrna 31, Dixon County 7, Christian Brothers 14, MUS 29, and that's in the fourth. And in the fourth quarter, Siegel 13, Stewart's Creek 14.
So they must have not got. They must have missed an extra point.
PAT.
Yeah.
And normally Stewart's Siegel pretty good on
special teams.
Special teams.
Yeah.
And Macaulay 28, Father Ryan 14. That's a final. Macaulay Blue Tornadoes. Eagleville 21, Huntland 13. That's a final. And in the fourth quarter, Grayson County 33, Ohio County 14. Appreciate you joining us here on Stork Vision. Beautiful night for high school football here in the Volunteer State. And a big day tomorrow here in the Volunteer State as college football is Two of the best will go at it. It is the third Saturday in October as our two states go at it, Alabama and Tennessee. And I moved here in 1997 on November 17th, and I learned a lot about that tradition ever since I lived here. No different than you were a transplant, came here.
Yep.
And you learned about it when you came from Los Angeles.
Sure did. Well, honestly, learned a lot about college football just in general.
That you
because,
didn't know.
Well,
that you did, and not being mean.
It's just a whole nother world. In California, I mean, college football just isn't it. I mean, it's just not the big thing. Out there, it's soccer and Major League Baseball.
I got a buddy that lives in Denver. He said
the way it
he
is.
said he thinks it's because when you cross the ditch, you know, they just the focus on college football. They just don't care.
Max Levinsky in the ball game with Hainsworth in the backfield. Hainsworth's going to keep it around the left side. Breaks 1, 2, 3, and maybe if he could have broke one more, might have found his way to the end zone, but he's going to have a first down on a pickup of 12.
He's getting some carries right now and getting his stats up and getting some little experience out here as a varsity running tailback. Boy, he's explosive as he comes through there.
Kyler Creasy in the ball game. The carousel continues to work. T.T. Hill lined up at receiver with Quincy Jackson. Hainsworth to the right side. And they're going to blow this one dead as Oglesby's able to get there. And got to give a lot of credit as well. Like I've said a couple of times earlier, got some guys banged up along the offensive and defensive lines for Oakland. Oakland has blocked really well tonight. That I can remember, I know they have not given up a sack tonight, and only maybe 2 negative rushing plays that I can remember all night for the Patriots. Got to give credit to that front five, Stork.
Hold on, I got some news here from you from Dean Fox. He's going to tune you in, Anthony.
All right. Hainsworth going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. Looks like that was number 62, Ty Katomi, on the tackle.
I bet you can't say that 10 times.
No.
Total yards this quarter, Oakland 50, Riverdale 49. Siegel did not miss an extra point. They got a TD, an extra point, and 2 field goals to make 13 points.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean. Yeah.
Now on a third down situation, Oakland going to try to keep running the ball, and Riverdale needs it back.
Third
Creasy,
and 4.
the quarterback. Looks like Corey Puckett with him.
Nope, it's Hainsworth up the
Hainsworth
gut.
again.
And he is going to have first down yardage before he is finally stopped. At the bottom of that pile was number 8, JoJo Smith, the sophomore linebacker. He's had about 5-6 tackles tonight, Stork. And
Sure has.
a kid for Riverdale, good size as a sophomore in the middle of that linebacking core.
Yeah, and you're starting to bring up some of those guys that's been playing a little bit of JV, getting them on the field and getting them some varsity experience. It's important.
Levinsky in the ball game now is going to give to T.T. Hill. T.T. Hill around the left side. He loves going outside the tackles.
And into the end zone.
And into the end zone. Ladies and gentlemen, many people call him the fastest man in Rutherford County. T.T. Hill, 29 yards to the end zone. Touchdown, Oakland.
PAT.
And it is now 41-6 in favor of the Patriots.
That'll kick in the rolling clock. On for the PAT. That's Turk, Levinsky, Taylor. Dot the I for the Patriots. Hainsworth kid, you thought, it was going to come anytime soon. He was getting it.
Kicks up and good. So your score now with 1:10 left in the third quarter. The Oakland Patriots 42, the Riverdale Warriors 6. And as Stork mentioned, once we kick this off on this next kickoff, the clock will continue to roll.
As we're in a rolling clock, as we like to say.
That last drive and this entire game brought to you by our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate.
Got some scores here for you kids from the desk of Sam Montgomery. Helena 17, Calera 17. I repeat, Helena 17, Calera 17. In the fourth, the Dodgers 0, the Padres 1. Rockville 28, Blackman 56. Wow. Grayson County 33, Ohio County 14. Still knotted up on the Knox Catholic JP 2. It's still the same on the Stewart's Creek Siegel 14-13. Smyrna 31, Dixon County 7. All that other noise is still the same. And now another one from Sam. He's got some finals and some other ones, and I'll get with you in a minute.
Get him after the kickoff.
Yeah, we'll get with you all in a minute on Sam's.
Jacob Taylor's going to kick this one away, and it's going to go out of bounds. The second time tonight, Jacob Taylor has had one sail out of bounds.
And that clock should be kicking in and rolling. I can't see
Once Riverdale now snaps the ball because of the penalty.
You know, it's according to which ref is running it. It is. I've seen that. Okay, MUS 21, Christian Brothers 14. That's a final.
Wow. Heck.
And that Helena Calera game, that's 17-17. That's knotted up at a
Wow.
tie. Once again, Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 13. That's starting the fourth quarter. Y'all need to be on that game, and I need to get back at this one. Here we go.
Graham takes the snap, steps up in the pocket.
He's in
trying
trouble.
to avoid the heat. I don't think this is going to go down officially as a sack as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. But the sophomore, number 50, we've said his name plenty of times tonight, Quentin Norfolk, comes up big on the stop.
He made a couple of plays for the Blackman game, Coach.
That last drive, five plays, 57 yards, took 2 minutes and 39 seconds off the board.
Thank you, Dean.
Graham, they're going to get to him this time, yet again. That time it was number 26, Corey Smith. That is going to go down as a sack as they get him 1 yard behind the line.
And we're going to get out of the
scrimmage.
third quarter, Anthony.
And you're right. I think we're going to get out of the third quarter.
I mean, if I'm Riverdale, I'm not rushing. I want to go the fourth quarter. Run the timeout. That's it. We're into the fourth.
And just as Rutherford County's favorite bird told y'all, we're in the fourth quarter, and our score, the Oakland Patriots 42, the Riverdale Warriors 6, as Oakland tries to push it to 12 straight wins in the Battle of the Borough.
You learned something tonight that if you have to take this contraption over, every play you have to record it. So just remember that. That's what makes this job a little bit hard. It's not just it's not just swinging the camera back and forth.
Right. You got to hit the dang red button.
You got to hit the record button on this contraption.
You got to push the red button.
We've got a backup, and we run it and just in case somebody does mess up. I do run a backup. Coffee County 19, Cookville 7. 6:02 left to go in the ball game. Blackman 56, Rockville 28. Everybody's scoring now.
We're going to have
Chandler Tygard might score.
Yeah. I think it's probably been quite a while since
you think Tygard did Tygard play football?
I'm sure he did. I don't know. I'd have to ask him.
That's a great question.
I'm not 100% sure if he played himself.
He ain't that big now.
If he did, I bet you he was
He's
slot
a
receiver.
Little 145-pound linebacker.
No, I bet you he was a slot receiver.
You think he was?
I bet he was a slot receiver. We know Kevin Creasy and Will Kreisky
played corner at backfield.
They played.
Yep.
Coach Gutt was an old offensive lineman, I'm sure.
Yep. Sturge Creek 14, Siegel 13.
Ben Caudell played. He was a quarterback.
Did he play NBA?
Yeah, I think so.
He was a quarterback at NBA, Ben Caudell?
He was I don't remember where he played, but I know he was a quarterback.
Okay. I know he coached a little bit at NBA, didn't he? Is that right or wrong? Help me. I know he coached at Oakland a little bit.
Yeah.
I know he was at Oakland. That was back when Coach McDaniel was there. We've learned a lot. We learned where Dean Fox went to school.
Yeah, we did.
And we didn't even
That
know
we
that.
did.
That we did not know about. Our statistician who's hovering up above us in his space capsule.
You went to just Eastern all 4 years, right?
4 years. Let's try us about six
Well,
and a half.
right, yeah.
I got there in. I
Had a
got
little
there,
extracurricular
I got there in
activity
fall of
going on, but-
'86. I left
well,
in spring of '92.
You was there the whole time. I did the junior college route. I went to Motlow over there off Sam Ridley the first couple of years, and then
I was a
swung
colonel.
over to
I was a colonel
middle.
from start to finish. And glad.
All right, getting the fourth quarter underway. Braden Graham gives it up the gut. That's Verser on the carry this time. Maybe a yard there. Had a little bit of success running the ball with DJ Taylor. Nothing going for Verser, though, and
On the rush, DJ
Riverdale's going to
Taylor.
have to punt it away once again.
On the tackle, Hepburn.
This isn't good.
And number
Oakland
50,
getting the ball
Whitney
back.
Woolfolk. In punt formation, Ryan Edmiston. Deep to receive, Taylor.
Oh. Everybody's phone going off. Little Amber Alert. Not good.
I can hear it. I wondered what all that was, but it's everybody's,
phone in the
going
stadium
off,
going off.
at this whole stadium on the Amber.
And Edmiston, a very nice kick this time. Spiraling inside the 20. Eric Taylor is going to be met by a host of Warriors at the 35. That pile continues to work.
Boy, he's a pusher.
And they're going to get an extra 8 yards out of that.
Keeping those legs moving, Anthony.
In on the tackle, number 11, J.C. Haynes.
And they're going to give the tackle to number 11. That's J.C. Haynes. We have not called his name yet tonight. Sophomore.
Yeah, ball's on the 38, Anthony, as the clock continues to work. As you can see in your lower left-hand corner of the screen, we're in a running clock.
Couple sophomores in the backfield for Oakland. The quarterback is Kyler Creasy. The tailback is Avery Hainsworth. Riverdale's going to bring pressure. Kyler Creasy's going to throw. Loses the football.
But he learned
he
something
falls
there.
back on top of it.
Well, he didn't fumble it.
Creasy on the carry.
He learned something. He'll think
Fumbles
about
and
that.
recovers.
Ball could be a little slippery,
No gain
Anthony.
on the play.
We got some moisture coming in right now.
Well, what's tough as a quarterback is when you're rolling out like that, I mean, you can't hold it high and tight because you got to be ready to throw the ball.
Correct. And then you got to get your feet planted.
Right,
You're thinking
right,
about 10
right.
different things.
You got to do it. It's hard to do, but one at a time.
I can't do it, and you look funny doing it.
Oh,
Here we
there's
go.
no way in heck I could do it. Levinsky's going to keep this one to the left side. He's going to be slung to the turf after a gain of about 8. That was number 8, JoJo Smith,
Nice
in there
call.
again on the tackle.
Nice call. They wasn't expecting that. Levinsky's able to take it on a quarterback keeper. He got good field position. Got 2 yards left. Short play for the first down on a 3rd and short. Ball now marked on the 46, and you can continue to see that clock work.
Kyler Creasy gives to Hainsworth. Up the gut. Hainsworth might have a running lane here.
Oh, this has been coming.
Jalen Thompson is going to be able to keep a hold of him there, though. And they're going to hold him down at the 35. He gets the first down, but nearly
2-3 times
sprung
we
it.
thought. 2-3 times we thought he was going to
There's
bust
been a
it.
couple of times where, man, it looks like he's going to spring one. He's going to spring one.
For the sophomore, we'd like to see him score. Anybody working that hard on the
Hill
field?
was the one that scored on the last drive.
Yeah, took it around that far side of the field.
I think a couple of new faces in the game now.
What's that over there, Anthony? That orange thing over there?
That huddle camera.
No, it's that moon, isn't it? Isn't that my moon?
What are you talking about? I can't. Oh, yeah. We got to get a shot of that here in a minute. Man, that thing's blood orange. Levinsky gives to Hainsworth right up the gut. Just the same play over and
Yeah.
over. You give it to Hainsworth right up the middle.
Let's see if I can get
Run
the move.
power.
Jalen Thompson.
There it is,
Yeah,
kids.
look at that thing. Wow.
With 73% illumination. We said we would see it
Stork,
tonight
Stork,
under
you
that
know-
waning gibbous.
You know anything about the Sea of Tranquility up there?
Sure don't.
That's
And-
where they landed the first time. Well, every time, but the first time. The Sea of Tranquility. There's an American flag up there somewhere.
Yeah.
There's an American flag down here at Tomahawk Stadium. 7:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. Creasy's going to toss. That's C.J. Puckett around the right side, trying to get to the sideline. He's going to have enough for the first down, I think, as he's brought to the earth by Jalen Thompson and Caleb Herring. We'll see where they mark it, though, Stork. Yep, first down, Ben Lawson says.
Bone just exploding here at Tomahawk Stadium.
We got third quarter stats from Dean Fox.
Go ahead.
I was going to tell
Go
you.
ahead.
All right, I got him.
Run them.
I got him. For Oakland, 14 first downs.
Back to the game. Hold it. Back to the game.
Okay. Somebody's playing Rocky Top down there.
I don't know, but let's. Cheerleaders.
Levinsky throws up in the air. That's picked off. Intercepted on the deflection. I think that was JoJo Smith that came down with it. Play action. They tried to get the slant, and that is JoJo Smith with the interception. He's been in on a host of tackles, and he gets himself an INT, Stork.
Levinsky threw it a little bit into traffic. I believe they called timeout.
Oh,
You read the stats.
Yeah.
Do one thing right now. Read those stats.
First downs for Oakland 14, Riverdale 8. Rushing yards 249 for the Patriots, just 24 for the Warriors. Passing yards 145 for Oakland, 93 for Riverdale. Total yardage 394 for Oakland, 117 for Riverdale. Oakland, 7 penalties for 50 yards. Riverdale has not committed a penalty tonight. Turnovers, 1 for Oakland, none for Riverdale. 11.3 yards of play for Oakland tonight. 11.3 yards per play tonight for the Oakland Patriots. And defensively for the Patriots, they have held Riverdale to just 2.8 yards per play.
From the desk of Dean Fox.
Yeah, there you go. And if you take a look at that clock, 5:59 to go in the fourth quarter, and the only reason that it has stopped right now is because my TV 30 had to get a word in from their commercials. Those people pay a lot of money to run those commercials.
Yeah, Hollywood chiming in. The comeback kids of Helena, they are. Grayson County 33, Ohio County 14. That's a final. The Cougars win. Rockville 28, Blackman 62. I repeat, Blackman Blaze 62, Rockville Rockets 28. Dodgers 0, Padres 2. Smyrna 39, Dixon County 7, and that's it. 4:05 left to go. That's got to be in the fourth, Sam. That's a spinning clock over there. Got to be. Still knotted up on that Knox Catholic JP2 game. Coffee County 19, Cookville 7, Helena 17, Calera 17, Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 13, MUS 21, Christian Brothers 14. Until that interception, Oakland was 9-9 for passing for 145 yards.
Wow. First incompletion of the day.
Okay. Comeback kids. Helena is now leading 24-17 from the desk of Hollywood.
They have scored 21 unanswered.
Yep, sure have.
All right, that clock kicks back into motion here. Braden Graham's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to the right. Looking downfield, and it's going to sail into the Riverdale Warrior sideline just over the head of DJ Taylor and incomplete.
Sorry about
clock
that.
Does continue to move, though, even though there was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, sorry about that. I jumped on the camera a little late there. I was reading Tex, we're doing all double duty now that we're just two. This is two-man shot.
us, yeah.
Just two of us tonight. So I'm running camera, running scores, doing a little bit of color, but the weight of this whole show is on Anthony.
We usually frequent Jonathan's after the game. We're not 100% sure where we're going to end up tonight. We're going to end up somewhere.
We're going to end up somewhere, and I'm buying. That's what matters. We're about to reach that 5-minute mark.
Graham takes the snap, steps up in the pocket.
He's going to let
lofts
one go.
One deep over the head of McKinley. Lisenby in coverage.
And now Riverdale, it's 4th down. You're going to have to punt, Anthony, or really not.
Still third down.
I thought it was 4th. But you got to make something happen here, Coach, to keep this drive alive. You don't want to punt it or give the ball back. There's not a whole lot of time left. But
what's important for Riverdale here is
don't give it to Oakland.
Get you another one before you get out of here. Keep fighting in this ball game. I mean,
absolutely.
Do not get you play until the final whistle, no matter what.
You don't want to get unsportsmanlike. You don't want to do anything stupid, get thrown out of a game. But yeah,
Graham rolls, getting chased over the head.
Now it's 4th.
Vanderbilt right there. He was trying to get it to and incomplete.
Now it's 4th down. Punt it. You punt it.
And that
with a rolling clock, you punt it. Yeah, you want to punt it. With a rolling clock, you don't want Kevin to score again.
Edmiston to punt.
Gibson Frost is your long snapper. Ryan Edmiston.
We got a new guy back.
That is Kalijah King that will return this punt.
Kalijah King.
Frost to snap. Edmiston to punt. King to return. 3:15 to go in the ball game. There's the snap.
Little pressure.
T.T. Hill back there's a high wobbling kick. It's going to go over the head of King and be downed at the 28-yard line.
And very, very smart move. Don't go after it. It's your first time doing something. If you can't get it, let it go. Let them down it.
And JV offense coming onto the field now for Oakland. JV defense going to be coming in for Riverdale.
You can remember this moment when it was the end of the game and you finally were getting in when you was young, don't you?
The very first time I ever got into a game, a varsity game, I should say, was we were playing at home. Who was it that we were? I can't even remember who we were playing, but I can remember actually getting into the game, and I was only in for one play, and the clock, because there was just no time left on the clock. And I went in I played defensive tackle. I went in on defense, played defensive tackle, and remember running out there and just kind of, I don't know why, I'm just one of those type of people, but I kind of stopped and looked around just to kind of gather in the atmosphere and
take it all in.
Yeah, just see how many people are there, because I tell you what, the Monday night I don't know, you've called them those Monday night JV games. It's just mom, dad, that's it.
It's friends. It's not even family. It's family. It's not even friends.
It's a lot different than an atmosphere. That's for
Hollywood
sure.
wants us to know that Richie Busby knows how to make adjustments at halftime. He's almost as good as Saban. Hollywood, a big Saban fan. Rockville 28, Blackman 62. That's a final. Also a final. Smyrna 42, Dixon County 7. So that game did end.
There is 3 spacecrafts orbiting over the reservation tonight.
2 drones.
2 of them are drones. 1 for Riverdale, 1 for Oakland. The third is Dean Fox on Apollo 7 out there somewhere. Probably the last drive of the game, as we got a new ball carrier, number 29, Kalijah King, and a little bit of a late in the play flag thrown.
Holding.
Against Oakland.
This will be the 8th penalty of the night for Oakland if it is, in fact, on them.
It'll be 10 yards.
Good call, Stork, holding on the Patriots.
Personal foul.
It's going to back them up 10 yards. And by the time this ball is snapped, we will be inside 2 minutes. Well, you needed to dominate in all three facets. That's what he was looking for, and I think that's what he got. For Riverdale, moving forward, you're going to fall to 4-4 here, but you still control your own destiny, Stork. And I think what's really important for the Warriors these past 2 games is
With the carry.
realizing that, you just come out, you continue to play football, you win ball games, you're going to get a chance to play in the postseason,
Yeah, so,
you
hey,
still
guys,
control your own destiny.
we need somebody efforting on that. We need something from Siegel, Stewart's Creek. Now, we need something from that. Forget all this other stuff. Forget all these other scores. Stewart's Creek, Siegel, that's what I need you to focus on. Get us something. We're about a minute left.
And for Oakland, you continue to stack up region wins. They remain undefeated in region play.
Pitch.
That is number 19 on the carry.
He's got some real estate to run.
Gus Ramsey trying to cut back and reverse field. A good run right there by Gus Ramsey on the toss play.
On the roll, number 18, Kenny Gregory. Tackled down by
that was 18. I'm so sorry, kid. 18, Kenny Gregory.
Boy, I tell you what.
Man, I messed
come
that
on,
up
Fiorella.
bad. Hainsworth's going to line up at fullback with King. I'm trying to run maybe one more play here. Up the middle to King. King across the 30, across the 25, where he is finally dragged down by number 13, Cavant Campbell. And that is going to do it, folks. Our sponsor tonight, John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. The final score in the Battle of the Borough in what is the 50th anniversary of both of these schools, the Oakland Patriots come out on top 42-6 over the Riverdale Warriors. Riverdale still leads the all-time series 32-23. Folks, we're going to try and get you a few last-minute scores before we crash this thing down.
Yeah, and I'll be doing highlights from the long reel, which I messed up. I missed a couple of plays myself, which hurts. So we'll be doing those from another situation. Helena Huskies are now tied with Calera Eagles, 24-24. 2 minutes left to go to the game, and Helena has the ball. Go, Helena. Final score alert. Stewart's Creek 14, Siegel 13. Siegel missed a 27-yard field goal, and that's a final.
Wow.
Stewart's Creek beat Siegel 14-13. Rockville in a final got beat by Blackman 62-28. Smyrna was a big winner 42-7. Helena 24, Calera 17.
If you don't claim it, we're all going to war.
Actually it's 24-24 in that game.
And have a good evening.
And then Coffee County was a big winner over Cookeville 26-7. And it's still in the fifth with Padres 2, Dodgers 0. We're waiting for what we call the final game stats, and then I'll run down the cast of characters that helped us out tonight as Dean Fox will be running those in, and then we'll get out of here, and right there they are. You go ahead and do those, and I'll set up the picture. Go ahead, Anthony, run them. Final stats.
Helena and Calera now tied with less than a minute to go. Final stats tonight. First downs for Oakland, 17. Riverdale had 8. The Warriors ran for 26 yards, passed for 93, had a total of just 117 yards tonight. Oakland ran for 326, passed for 145. That gives them a total of 469 yards. 7 penalties for 50 yards for Oakland. They had 1 turnover, averaged 11.3 yards per play, and 2.8 for Riverdale.
Well, I appreciate everybody joining us tonight as we look at that waning gibbous moon as we get ready to get out of here on Stork Vision. The guy that was in Louisville, Kentucky, he brought me all the scores. He wrote the app. He handles the website. He's my brother, Sam, the soccer man. We appreciate you, Sam, being with us tonight. You got a lot of things you can do, but you decided to be with us tonight. The guy that orbited right up there by the moon that you're looking at tonight, that was Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. He's from Parts Unknown. Dean, you're the best, and you know it. The man that did the play-by-play, he's from Los Angeles, California. He does a great job. We appreciate him and everything he does. That's Anthony Fiorella. My name's Stork Montgomery. I run this contraption. We appreciate you joining us for the Battle of the Boro, and we're going to be back next Friday night. We'll be over at Ray Hughes Stadium for Liberty and the Oakland Patriots. Until next time, stay safe, and we will see you at the game.